Hey, we're back. Back for session 3. Número 3. Hello and welcome. How are you guys doing?
Good.
That was not rhetorical.
Us?
Oh, really?
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Wonderful.
you five
Three
lovely
and two.
people.
Hold on.
There's 5 of us? Dude, I'm really bad with the numbers tonight.
Well, if you count me, there's 6. And including myself, I am doing great. So, let's recap where we're at. You 5, not including me, because I don't exist in this world, except for the hundreds of NPCs. After setting out on this rescue mission to track down these creatures, which you don't technically know the names of, but I'm calling blightlings for ease. These small, gray, nasty creatures that leave behind trails of blight that had taken 4 children from the town of Proward. You have now made several legs of this journey to the lake, the Dark Lock, under it or around it, you're not exactly sure, deep underground, through a long tunnel of water. Came across a couple different encounters with creatures or plant life down here that was not too friendly to you. Have defeated most of it with some side effects, and most recently dealt with a long and difficult battle with some shrooms which had a stranglehold, shall we say, mentally on a certain member of the party, Seraph, who comes out of last session as a reminder to you and myself with a bit of a lasting effect from that trip that never ended. But fortunately, through some slapping and cajoling, Seraph was pulled out of his trip. You all made your way very precariously, or in some cases very gracefully or athletically, across a rickety bridge to the other side. One of you nearly fell, and Brightwing was saved by the quick thinking and spell casting and rope pulling of pretty much everybody in the group combined. Pulled Brightwing up and are now on the other side of this bridge. There is technically 2 swarms of bats that are maybe 20 to 30 seconds from no longer being charmed by Brightwing's magic. But you are here, you see the chasm behind you, and ahead of you, in a large wall of stone, a opening that continues forward the direction from whence you came. What would you guys like to do?
I vote we start walking right now.
Go.
Okay, you guys high-footed out of there?
Yep.
All right.
I wait to the bats.
The bats squeak and then go back seemingly to where they came from. You guys enter this tunnel on the other side, and it quickly reduces from what was an open cavern back down to a relatively tight tunnel. A little bit tighter than the one you had been walking in for a few hours previously, with many offshoots. This one has shrunken down a little bit, still maybe 8 to 10 feet across, so you guys can walk. You don't have to walk single file, and there's a bit of headspace. And fortunately, it seems far less offshoots as you continue forward. It seems that was a potentially unique area under the ground, wherever you may be. Don't even know how far underground at this point. And where you are now seems to be a little bit more direct. So you continue walking down this tunnel now, in what you, at least Yasnip knows to be, technically very late night or early morning even, but you guys have taken a long rest and have your energy recuperated, mostly, minus some lasting shroom effects. And you continue down this tunnel for what becomes 20 minutes, 30 minutes, roughly 45 to 50 minutes of walking, without much change, without even much twist, again, without many offshoots, before this tunnel opens up. Again, it seems things are getting a little bit more expanded down here than where you were initially. To a large circular cave. And it is filled top and bottom with large stalagmites and stalactites. Ceiling is about 20-25 feet up. And it is roughly 150 or so feet in diameter, this cavern that you've stumbled into. To the left, heading out perpendicularly from the direction you're coming in, is a tunnel that looks somewhat similar to the one you're coming from. And directly across the cavern is a similar tunnel. It seems to be exiting and or entering, depending on where you're coming from, this cavern. The remainder of the walls are high stone and scattered with stalactites and stalagmites. And just to your left, before that tunnel outwards, is a large pool that seems relatively shallow. You can see some stalactites poking up out of it. And that is pretty much what you see throughout the course of the cavern. What would you like to do?
99 bottles beyond the wall. 99 bottles there.
Nah. Could you do the trick again to see which way they went? If they went through any of these tunnels?
Yeah, of course. She's just gonna go around doing the little druid craft. Right when you come in with her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to go check each tunnel? Each exit tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay. You and Brightwing, and the rest of you guys want to stay at the entrance for now?
I'll be near them just for light.
Okay.
Just to-
You tray them with your lantern still out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You guys head in towards the center and then begin to curve around the large pond area. Excuse me. I'm gonna have Yasnip roll a d6.
Am I getting hit by more things? 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I would say Yasnip and Seraph, you see this in the split second that it happens. The rest of you, the three of you that are kind of walking together, don't see it before it happens.
Check for traps.
Does a does a 19 hit you? Who is this? What did you roll? 5?
Yeah.
Eclipse. Does a 19 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. You take 7 piercing damage.
It should be an arrow or something.
Seraph and Yasnip, you see what appears to be one of these stalagmites break off from the ceiling, point down, drop 20 feet right into the side of Eclipse's shoulder. It catches her, nearly takes her shoulder to the ground. She recovers. The two of you who were standing next to her now see this happen, and when you look over, and the two of the other of you now can see this also, you don't see a stalagmite. You see what seems to be a fleshy creature whose flesh does look like gray stone, but with clear eyes and very, very small spindly legs that don't even seem really meant for moving it along. And I need you all to roll initiative.
Jesus!
Yikes.
Berries.
Fucking ow.
Yeah. Yee! Ah, that's not good. That's not terrible, but it's not great.
That's a 9 for me, Matt.
Please hold. Let
Okay.
me do this real quick. Ooh, that's not very good. Okay. Okay. 15 to 20, anybody?
Dirty 20.
18.
Ooh.
17.
Wow.
Okay.
Broke the curse.
Yeah, you did.
Let's go.
And 10 to 15?
I have 10.
Okay. And 5 to 10?
9.
9.
Both of you have 9?
No,
Okay.
I have
What's your guys' dex scores?
No.
no. I rolled 18.
Oh, you had rolled an 18.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I am the only one with a 9 in this group.
Let's go, casters!
Fair.
Let's go
Okay.
the casters. Yeah. Magical spell party. Wunderbar.
Man, someday.
Okay. Yasnip, you are up.
Yes, sir.
You see this thing. It looks like a large worm-like entity, maybe like 4 or 5 feet, that clearly was blending in as a stalagmite. You don't know whether there are more or how quickly this thing can move or what it can do now that it's on the ground, but you are up.
How far away is it?
Oh, I will put you guys on a map.
Oh.
That seems fair. Yeah. So, this is where you see the creature.
Ugh.
And
which
let me
direction are
grab-
we coming from?
so Yasnip, you are, yes, over there. Brightwing, you would be here. Vana, you would be here. Here. And Eclipse, you would be right next to this thing, having gotten smushed by it. And Seraph, you'd be back at the front also, or the entrance. I'll throw you over there. All right.
I cannot control this token, so I will.
You cannot control this token. What
I'll
if you
put
put yourself
mine
on there?
Yeah.
I don't understand why it requires you to put yourself on the controller. Can the rest of you guys control yours?
Mm-hmm.
Curious. All right. Yasnip.
I will use Mind Sliver, which will be an
Okay.
saving throw.
In saving throw. Well, that's probably not going to be too good. No, it isn't. Oh, I rolled a natural 20, but it's still only a 15.
And it succeeds.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have a +5.
Yeah, that has to be pretty much what it rolls to succeed.
I'm gonna hang out near the wall a bit and just kind of keep an eye on the ceiling and shift into the right side slightly. And then my turn.
Okay.
Matt, can you cut the oh, thank you.
Yes, you're good. All right. Eclipse, you're up with an 18.
Okay. I'm gonna recoil from the bob fucking rocks, because that's
Mhm.
rude. Alright, I'm gonna just immediately pull up my spear with my buckler in front and just go for a poke.
Do it.
Yay! Alright, it's a 21.
That hits.
Okay.
Roll the damage.
Wow! It's 9 damage.
9. Quite nice. Okay. Anything else?
I'm going to, as defensively as I can stand, and wait for it to do something else.
Okay. Seraph.
So do I understand correctly that we had a long rest?
Yes.
Okay, I need to hit that button.
Well, not since what has happened recently. You
Okay.
had a long rest, but it was before the mushroom and bat encounter.
Oh,
The
okay. so
one
that's what
where
you're
you
talking
didn't
about.
sleep.
Okay. Yeah.
True,
No,
true,
I
true,
slept.
true.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
I will. Fuck. Brain work. We're gonna go. I don't really want to be next to you, so I'm gonna go like right here. I think.
Okay.
I can't move my token, so I'm just gonna let you do it.
What
Like
do
right here.
heck? All right.
Yeah, you should let me just drag it, and then I'm
You
gonna
can-
shoot the. I'm gonna shoot the boy.
Fire away.
Actually, I'm gonna crimson right and then shoot the boy,
Okay.
and then wait. Is it still active?
How long does it last? I don't think so.
It lasts until a short or long rest. So
Oh.
it lasts all day.
Oh, then yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
do it in the
I would
bat
still
fight?
have it. No, it did not.
No.
So no.
Okay, then no.
Ah, yay, only one.
Oh, nice.
Good. All right, now I'm gonna shoot the boy.
Yes.
No. Oh,
That's not gonna hit. I don't think. Oh wait, no, my hit modifier is stupid. 15.
That is its armor class.
Bet.
You
Yeah,
hit.
I've totally forgot I had a +8. Yeah.
Hello.
So it's gonna be 10 points of piercing and then 3 points of lightning.
10 points of piercing and 3 points of lightning. Wow, okay. You fire at this thing, and it is basically split in half by the bullet, and its head falls loose, barely hanging on by a couple pieces of flesh to the rest of its body. Would you like to do anything else?
I'm gonna look up at the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. It kind of sucks, I guess, that that had to happen. But maybe if you don't drop on people's sets, these things can be avoided, perhaps. Just
Okay.
a friendly suggestion.
All right. And you're gonna stay where you are over there on the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna chill out here for a sec.
Okay. If you want to try to drag your token on, I can get rid of it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Go for it. Brightwing, you're up. You see currently a dead thing next to you and nothing else.
May I look at the ceiling to see if there's anything else?
You can roll a perception check.
Alright.
Slightly more effective than.
And
Yeah.
talk at ceiling.
17.
17.
Huh?
You see a lot of stalagmites and a couple large pillar-like stone structures that go all the way from the roof to the ceiling, or the roof to the ceiling, the floor to the ceiling.
To the window.
None of them currently, to you, appear like any creature. This thing looked a lot like when it was stationary and unmoving and up there in the sort of the darkness of the ceiling also. So you're not quite sure. But you don't see anything threatening currently.
I will cast Shillelagh
Okay.
on my staff, and then I will take the dodge action
Hmm.
to see if something does come at me, I could have a bit more reaction to dodging it.
Do you want to move at all?
We don't know where we're going. I've already done one perception check, so I don't think I could do another one to see if there's like anything. I think I'll just go. I think I'll stay with the group to make a decision of where we're going.
Okay. Fair enough. Vana, you're up.
So, like, nobody sees anything in the current vicinity that is aggressive.
You are welcome to also roll a perception check if you'd like. But you saw Brightwing look around and then do what she did.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna try to be like, because she definitely heard her brother apologize, and she was like, in her head, she was like, Seraph, what the fuck? This is not your domain. This is like my shit. the hell are you doing? They're going to spit on you. And so she'll probably look up to see. I think she's gonna try to gauge. She's gonna try to vibe check the room.
Okay. With your
Roll a vibe
eyeballs
check.
or with your vibe, Venus?
With her like
With your heart.
with her heart, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, Matt. You know vibe
Yeah.
checks are always from the heart.
Yes, true.
Well,
How could I?
she's trying to do her like Vanna's in tune with the earth, gonna do a little dance. You know, she's gonna try to
Okay, roll a wisdom check. Straight wisdom.
straight wisdom. That was a saving throw.
What was the dice number?
It was 14.
That's still pretty good for you.
Plus 5.
19.
Yes.
It's a dark cave full of stalagmites. This one dropping maybe doesn't give you the greatest sense of confidence that there aren't others that are going to try to drop.
But it was like a critter, right?
It was a critter. Just based on your natural nature vibiness, you kind of get a sense that it's probably not the only one, but you don't
Okay.
know where may or may not be safe in this cavern.
She's gonna try to like whisper yell to her compatriots and be like, I think it is drop bears.
Drop
Okay.
bears.
Yes, you remember later.
Yes.
Bears drop from the sky.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to move at all?
Yes. I think she's gonna try. Don't get mad at me. I think she's gonna try to go over to the edge of the water. She's not going in. She's just gonna go over to the edge.
Okay.
Because it's like 30 feet.
Sure. And take a
Just
look. Are you looking for anything, or are you just standing there for you want to be there instead of where you were?
She kind of figures that it's probably could be safer at the water. So
okay.
she's very cautiously moving.
Sure. Fair enough. All right. That is your turn.
Yes.
Okay. I would say, well, let me look real quick. All the ladies and neither of the gentlemen hear a large skittering / slithering sound, something in between the two, coming from over near this rock, or this rock pillar, really. This thing that you see on the ground at the bottom goes all the way up to the ceiling. And from behind it, you all see a very large, fleshy, worm centipede-like form slither out from behind the rock with like the front of its head as if gauging, and then slithers forward.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, so it wasn't drop bears.
And this thing
Hi.
comes out of the darkness and
I'm
up to
sorry?
Eclipse.
What the fuck is that?
It is going to attack.
Yeah, it certainly will.
You see a series of centipede-like legs, and then up towards the front, these legs grow a little bit longer into what appear more like little tendrily appendages, and then a snapping insect-like maw. Not
Thanks, I
very
hate
toothy.
it.
It's called a mandible, Matt.
Yes, mandibles around this mouth that looks large enough to take a very large chunk out of the bigger ones of you, and maybe large enough to just
great.
swallow smaller ones of you.
Wonderful.
And it is going to attack first with its tentacles.
The hero
That is-
please.
That is tough. That is a 17 to hit you, Eclipse.
And misses.
Hey, let's go, AC.
Let's
So
go!
it slaps out at you with one of these tentacle-like crawly legs, and then it's going to try to bite you. 15. That also misses. Yes.
Also misses.
Okay. It slaps out and then it tries to whip its head towards you and bite. Misses on both. And that is going to be its turn. And Vana, roll a perception check.
Oh,
Okay.
dear.
No.
My sister gonna try and die again.
Don't do it.
8?
It's an-
Oh.
Yeah, that's an 8.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
you
boy.
are very distracted by the appearance of this large, scuttling, nasty thing.
Is
and
there one in the fucking water, Matt?
I can neither confirm nor deny this.
Oh, no!
Yo.
Yasnip,
Yes, sir.
you're up.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do what Yasnip does. I'm bonus action Hex. And
Nice.
I am, as I unleash the cyan, dark blue, gray effect onto it as it clings onto him, I'm going to attempt to get a flanking position against this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And roll with my dagger. That is not a d20. 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Roll the damage.
That will be 8 damage.
Okay, 8 damage.
And
right.
that's my turn.
Okay. Eclipse,
Disadvantage
you're up.
on strength.
Got it.
Poggies.
Eclipse.
Okay.
What happened to the
Um,
music?
Man. Alright, I'm gonna, after having dodged and whipped and friggin' been almost traumatized, because this thing is frightening, I'm gonna whip my spear around and go for a jab as close to its mouth as I can get to try and, like, break some of the mandibles.
Go for it.
Oh, smart. Smart.
It's not gonna happen. I shouldn't have flared it. I just need to stop. Okay. It's a 12.
12 misses.
Hmm.
Oh, wait. 14. I'm sorry. I can't math.
14 hits.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Was it with
Nope,
advantage?
nope, just kidding. I'm stupid. It's a 12. I take that back.
12
Nope,
misses.
It's cool. I can't flare.
Was that with advantage?
Do I get advantage?
Because we're
Yeah, you're
flanking.
flanking.
You guys are on opposite sides of this thing.
Oh, I'm gonna. Okay.
Try again.
You bastard! I missed.
Okay. So you take 2 spear lunges at this thing, and it's kind of like, at this point, its front third or so is up like a snake, and it sort of dodges both of these attacks.
We're just having a dance. It's fine. I have it distracted. That's my turn.
Okay. Seraph, you're up.
I very clearly see this display of distraction from Eclipse, and I'm like, yes, my opportunity is here. The creature is distracted, so I'll be able to get a pretty clean shot in.
Let's go.
So, you know, that's a bit uncomfy. I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
Not get close, please.
You know, because at the very least now it'll provoke 2 attacks of opportunity. I'm gonna keep myself safe. You know, that's gonna be a billion to hit.
Okay. A
That's
billion
like
does hit.
24. Yeah.
Yes, that hits.
That'll be the absolute worst. 5 points of piercing and 2
Okay.
points of lightning. And
2 points of
what-
lightning?
Yes.
Okay. 7 total. All right.
Absolutely depressing.
And Brightwing, you are up.
Wonderful.
Like,
Delightful. I will move a bit. I can't move my token. Oh, sad life. Can you
I'll
move me?
delete myself and you can put yourself on there.
Okay, thanks.
Apparently this is a thing. I'll let you guys
No
do it.
good ends
Also,
great.
I apologize. It's also 6 points of necrotic because I hexed it.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
Okay, good to know.
nice.
All right. I will cast bless.
Okay.
Fine. How many can I do it for?
3.
3. I will cast it for Seraph, Yasnib, and Eclipse.
Seraph, Yasnip, and Eclipse. Okay. All 3 of you are blessed. And would you like to move? Oh, you already did move.
I already did move. I'm just in the middle.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, and I would
Vaughn.
say
Oh,
she
yeah?
just kind of puts her staff down, and the wing emits from it, and then you all have wind exploding around you as you feel the wilds protect you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Vana, you're up.
Beware of the monster.
Oh.
Lucas.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you want?
I think Vana's gonna look over her shoulder. She see anything?
In which direction?
Into the water. She's gonna give a little glance.
Roll a perception check.
Oh my god. Nine.
Wow, your perception checks are struggling. You do not. It is relatively shallow. You can see rock around the bottom, but you don't see anything.
Okay. Well,
So it's cool.
okay. Well, I think she's gonna get closer to the group anyway. I think she's gonna move. She's gonna move a couple like here next to Brightwing.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
Hi. And then she is going to.
Oh, what's he? I should say, oh, it's
Wait, I wrote it down. No. Yeah. She's gonna cast. She's gonna do entangle on the area of the centipede beast.
Okay, which is a 20-foot cube?
It's a 20-foot cube.
Okay. You can set it up so that it kind of
I'm aiming for the hit.
Yeah. I would say you're fine to do this without a roll. You can put the vast majority of it over to the side and only kind of catch the edge of it. So that is a strength saving throw for it?
Yes.
He has disadvantage. Or no, I'm sorry. Ability checks, not saving throws.
Yeah.
How bad?
Oh, 21!
God damn it!
Babe.
Good job, little guy. Big guy, really.
He's big.
Okay, and is that it? You're gonna stay there? Next to Brightwing?
Fuck. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay.
Really well.
So this thing appears in distress. It was not expecting this amount of clapback from this seemingly tasty prey. But it was most recently stabbed and somehow magically had its necrotic life sucked out of it by this creature behind it. So it is going to whip in a full 180 back at Yasnith for a
Hello, beastie.
17 to hit.
There hits.
Okay, that is only 5 poison damage.
Oof.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
14.
Okay, you are all right. You feel as one of these tentacles hits you, there's almost this brief numbness that comes with it. There's a point to it that kind of stabs, and you feel this numbness that kind of begins to spread up your shoulder and then stop and reduce. And then it's going to bite at you for dirty 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Nice job, little fellow.
Mhm.
And that's gonna be 6 damage, piercing,
Okay.
with its bite.
Uh,
Okay.
14 on the first Constitution save, and then 17 on the second for Hex.
Yep, you're good. Shoot. It does not like this. Does the entangle become difficult terrain, Vana? Piss balls.
Yeah.
Piss balls. Okay, it's going to move this way then. 5, 10, and then it's going to skitter up onto this thing. 15, 20, and end up over here, kind of behind it and partly on it, with its sort of head curved around, still looking at you, Yasnip.
Okay.
And Eclipse, you get an attack of opportunity on it.
Yay.
As do I.
Yes, you do.
Mm.
24.
13.
13 misses, 24 hits.
Alright. 24 does 6 necrotic. And 8 of the rest.
Yeah.
14 total.
14 total.
Wow, wee-wah. Okay. It is bleeding these gouts of, like, very dark red, crimson, sort of black-red blood down this pillar. And that is all. Yasnip, you are up.
How high up is it?
Like 10, maybe, yeah, about 10 feet off the ground.
I really don't want to lose these. I'm gonna throw both daggers.
Okay. Throw away.
The first one is a 17. The second one is a 15.
Both hit.
Okay.
Roll the damage.
First one is 8 points plus 4 necrotic for a total of 12.
Okay.
Second one is... Hang on. I need to double check something. Because I may have done it bad. Okay.
Have you been adding bless?
No, I haven't actually.
You do have 2d4s.
It would have helped.
Oh
The
no.
second one is 2 points of damage plus 2 necrotic. Because I almost added my modifier.
Got
Because
it.
it was offhand.
Would you like to describe the finish?
Yeah.
With the reluctance of trying to throw these daggers, because he's already lost one, he's gonna like kind of go into it, think about it for a second, and then toss both of them up, trying to target the arms that are hanging on to the pillar.
Ooh.
Hopefully allowing it to come back down so that he can retrieve them.
Okay. So you basically, these two daggers fly up, strike it in where maybe you would figure shoulders would be if it had shoulders, which it really doesn't, on two of its more forefront legs, and the blood just spurts out of those two spots, and those legs sort of lose their grip, and then the whole thing swings and then swings back again and slaps to the ground with your daggers sticking out of it. Mooey dead.
I'll walk over to him, grab my daggers.
Do it.
Right.
Okay. We are currently out of initiative. What would you guys like to do?
There is so much shit in this fucking... I hate this.
Does anybody know what these are?
These are homes. These tunnels.
What?
They're homes for these creatures. They're not our homes, but it's their homes.
I'm sure they are the ones who dig them out.
Could I examine the large worm dude? I'm looking for if it had a recent meal, if it has anything that is vaguely familiar of the dark gray-skinned creatures among it.
So you want to autopsy this thing?
I will autopsy this thing.
Okay.
Wait, I got you. I can help you.
Okay, Vana, you see him basically just dagger into its like midsection.
I suggest not doing that. It will attract more creatures they smell.
I also
much
think this is probably a waste of time.
All right. I
I'm
will
sorry,
You could just like
put the
you could
daggers
just
away.
look in the mouth or something.
Can we locate the direction then?
Yes.
Yes. Someone be on watch for
I
things.
got
I
it.
will keep an eye out.
Okay.
Keep a light feet.
And I
Oh.
will assist whoever is trying to look for clues.
Okay. Vana, are you doing your staff thing?
Oh, she's just doing druid.
Or your
craft.
druidcraft thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. North or east on the map first? Which one do you want to check?
North.
Okay. Okay. As you head up that direction, another one of those stalagmite things falls from the ceiling, misses you, and slaps into the ground to your left. And I will say, for the sake of brevity, because these things cannot move hardly at all, 5 feet per turn, you have no problem dispatching of it. But you
So bad.
also don't necessarily know how many of these stalagmites are these creatures, because they are very, very hard to tell apart from normal stalagmites on the roof. So you continue forward. This one missed and is dead.
Matt,
Yes.
do I get the feeling that maybe these stalagmite things are like baby worms?
Like baby versions of the large thing.
Yeah.
I will say roll a nature check while you walk past it.
30-20.
It seems like, if not exactly baby versions, maybe somewhat related creatures.
Okay.
Like they live in some sort of symbiosis, perhaps.
They're cousins.
Yes, more or less they might be cousins.
Or like a bird on the top of an alligator. You know, things like that.
Yes, very possibly. Okay, you head to the north tunnel and you try your druidcraft.
Yes.
Okay. What are you making?
Oh, let's see. I've done a poppy, a daisy, a peach blossom,
And dandelion. I believe.
Yes, and a dandelion. Daisy again.
Okay. Very much like the first time that you conjured a daisy, though I believe that time was with your staff from the ground.
Yeah.
This one sort of blooms, darkens, and wilts.
This way looks pretty promising.
Should we check the other just in case?
Can if you want to.
Think it would just eliminate a possibility?
Sure.
I'll walk over first, keeping my eyes up for anything falling to try to dart out of the way if it does.
Okay. All right. About halfway to that other tunnel, you can see it as it happens. This thing detach and just fall straight down, and it's like it seems to actually be decently capable at this, because it seems to drop where you would step in like a second, but since you're watching, you see it stop and step back a couple steps, see it splat on the ground, stab, and this one is dispatched of.
We're just taking away the fun for these guys. It's the only thing
They
can
are
do.
not used to intelligent things.
It's like when you find out how dead hands work in Legend of Zelda. You're just like,
Yeah.
Stop.
All right, you get over to the other mouth of the other tunnel.
This one's a bluebell.
Ooh.
Okay. Bluebell. Similar to the previous 2-tunnel option situation, this one does not bloom to its full color, and it seems unhealthy, but it doesn't darken and die like the daisy did.
She's
Instead,
going
with
to.
alliteration that was unintended.
He's going. Not he's. She's gonna take the bluebell.
Okay.
Looks like the other ways the way we should go.
Oh.
Right.
Okay, you guys want to head out north entrance?
Yeah.
Yes.
Keeping eyes on
Okay.
the ceiling.
Yeah. The druid tracking is quite powerful in these instances. You guys head out that northward tunnel, and as you do, and as you start to walk down it, you see that a small, like, trickly sort of stream almost, but it's very, very thin and small, is coming out off of this little pool into this tunnel, kind of down the side, in an almost like sewerish sort of way. And you do see a few places in the rock wall behind this little pond where some water is trickling into it. Seems to be kind of a little quick reservoir as water continues to move downwards. So you walk alongside this sort of bit of stream. Following this tunnel, same marching order, I would assume, as before. Eclipse with your lantern still?
Yeah.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, I don't think we're in an issue point yet, but does it say how long a typical light of a lantern would last?
I think it says 6 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, if once lit, it burns for 6 hours on a flask.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. You follow this tunnel for a few minutes, and as you do, this trickle from the pool behind, it seems to be joined by a couple other small trickles that just come out of the wall, like not even like little waterfalls, but just where the water moves along the wall and doesn't even like babble off of it, and very small, but in enough places and in enough kind of adding trickles that as you continue to walk forward, the stream sort of begins to widen and sort of become a little muddy section on the side. And maybe about 15 or 20 minutes down, well, probably a little bit longer than that, like 30 minutes down, there's enough water that has begun to gather in this tunnel that the floor of this, which is about 8 feet wide or so, is lightly covered with water. So you're kind of stepping through it. And the ground is a little bit more dirt mixed with rock, slurry kind of mixture than what it has been for a lot of your travels that was kind of more of a hard stone. You continue forward, and it starts to deepen a little bit to where it's maybe a couple inches of water. And Eclipse, let me double check. Yosnip and Eclipse is who was at the front last time we did this. There is at one point where you guys both step, and you've been looking for like small bits of rock to step on, but it's gotten to a point where now that it's a couple inches, it's mostly you're stepping into water consistently. You step kind of at the same time in a section, and you hear a slight like crack, and then there's a sink where your feet are and a shudder of the ground where all of you are standing, and a sucking sound.
Oh.
And the floor beneath you appears to now have been dried, cracked dirt, turns to a slurry of some kind, and begins to suck at your feet. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Matt,
You are
Yes.
delightful.
Seraph and I grew up in a swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Is this familiar swampy landscape?
Well, I would not say it's familiar swampy. It is somewhat familiar to things you would have maybe experienced in the swamp, but this is different given the
Okay.
locale.
Okay. And did you say it was a
Dex save.
what deck save? Yeah.
Yeah. Let everybody roll.
16.
17.
17 for Brightwing, 16 for Yasnip, 5 for Vana.
Oh no.
You're muted.
I think, Sean, you're muted.
That was perfectly lined up
I
too.
apologize. I meant to say 25.
Wow, wow, wee wah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, 25 and Eclipse?
8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My
The
bird is
three of
faster than
you,
a cat.
the three of you who rolled double digits, basically, this kind of quick shudder happens, and you feel the ground sink below you, and take a quick hop step, hit a rock, jump off, and get to a portion of ground a little bit ahead that's a little bit drier and firmer. The other two of you feel your ankles sink into what seems to be like a deep mud slurry now. And each of you,
Oh.
when this happens, you smell this nasty kind of toxic fume reach your nose, like there was something gaseous or rotten trapped within this slurry.
Great.
Each of you takes 2 poison damage.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Am I near any walls? Is this like a thin, like not a thin, but like a narrow cavern at all?
How far away are they?
They're
Yeah.
about, you jumped forward now about like 10 or 15 feet to get out
Yeah,
of this
okay.
area that was clearly sunken and wet. The two of you, the walls are probably about 4 to 5 feet away to either
Okay.
side of you. You're kind of in the middle, and it's about 8 to 10 feet
And
wide.
they sunk
Can I
down.
throw my rope?
They seem to have sunk a little bit down.
Okay.
I will also toss rope with right wing. I'll toss
Okay.
to whoever she doesn't.
If logistics question.
Mm-hmm.
If I wild shaped into like a frog, could I just be like
Oh, very interesting question. If you wild shaped into a frog, could you just be like
Where does your body go when you wild shape? Does it go to your head or does it go to your feet?
well, per
well,
the canon,
in session 1?
yes,
in session
per
1,
canon, it goes to the middle and then she drops down.
Yep.
Yeah.
because and if I'm like a foot down, she can
Mhm.
just be like boop, little frog.
Okay, I am
Well-
going to say you don't know for sure, but you can certainly try.
She's gonna try.
Okay. So you all watch as both of them struggle for a second with their ankles in this slurry, and then Vana shrinks quickly into a frog that then plops down onto the ground. I will say, roll. Well, do you have frog stats?
Let me find it.
Okay.
Um,
Alright.
5e.
There is a frog.
Stat
Love
block.
frogs.
Okay, your dex is +1. I will say, as a frog, contacting this slurry, roll a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
I
Okay.
low-key thought he was gonna say reboot.
Go frog.
With a plus, it's a +1.
with advantage, right?
Yes, with advantage +1.
And it's a dex save, correct?
Yes, but it's just +1. It's not your Vana stats.
I know. 13.
Okay, 13. You land and sort of splay out in a froggish way and spread your surface area weight outwards, and do not sink. You are still going to have to move to get out of here, but right now you're not sinking. Brightwing, what are you doing?
I think Brightwing had thrown the rope to Fauna, and then
Okay.
all of a sudden a frog appeared, and she's like, "Oh."
Yep. So your ropes into the ground, and Yazip, you threw your rope to Eclipse, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I'll say make a dex check. Low DC.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
16.
Yeah. You kind of twirl it up, fling it out, and Eclipse, you're able to grab it if you'd like.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab it, but I'm gonna use my spear if I can to like help push me out of the mud and help get some leverage with the
Okay.
rope and just kind of use that to pull out.
Okay. Roll an athletics check with advantage.
Yay!
Vana, what are you doing?
So the frog's long jump is up to 10 feet, and its high jump is up to 5 feet, with or without a running start.
Yes,
So she's
indeed.
She's just gonna jump out.
Okay. Here's what I will say. Jumping off of normal ground, I would not make you roll because the frog can literally just jump straight up 10 feet. This is a very unstable ground, so I'm going to have you roll. But
Matt.
because of the nature of yourself as a frog, it'll be with advantage. So roll an acrobatics check, which would just be a dex check +1 for your frog with advantage.
But frogs can jump off of lily pads.
She makes a
Yes,
very,
this is
very
trying
valid
to
argument.
actively suck you down.
Like okay.
What kind of lily pad are you walking on?
Oh, you know.
Frog or lily pads?
I rolled a
Yes.
16?
14.
14.
Ooh, 16.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay, so, in quite similar fashion, actually, to how the bridge was conquered by this duo, you see Eclipse muscle up off her spear with one arm and then kind of wrap the rope around her forearm with the other and sort of pull and push at the same time and get enough forward momentum and upward momentum to pull her feet out of this slog, step forward onto a small rock, step out, and escape. And before she gets there, boop, a little frog bounds off this slurry and lands with us on the rock next to the rest of you at your feet.
Ribbit.
Does that like cat feet shake thing that they do when there's something they don't like and just kind of
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Brightwing will really bring the rope back and try to just
I
put it
had
away.
pet Brightwing. Because I
I would also say it was probably a really bad throw too. Like, just
Okay.
Vana, as a frog, is going to jump up to Brightwing and try to like hang out with Brightwing as a frog.
no.
Like on her shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Brightwing, you feel as a little bit wet, slightly muddy object hits your shoulder.
oh, Addy.
True. Slight bit of accent on the frog as well. All right. And you guys continue forward?
Yes.
Okay. The stream and the trickles that had been building up seem to all culminate at that spot. Like there's maybe some ground drop off there that is causing this issue. And where you continue forward, it becomes much drier and stabler and rockier. You continue forward for about another 20, 30, 40 minutes. These stretches... Sorry, go ahead.
Is there any evidence of like somebody walking through here before us?
I will say roll a survival check.
10.
10.
Just looks like dirt.
Yeah, there is a good... So here's the issue. As you guys get out and as you continue forward, you are splattering mud in a number of places and the ground is all tousled up. There are splatters of mud as well, but it's difficult to tell what it came from, how much of it came from you, how much of it is other creatures moving through here. It's kind of tough to see or tell for sure. But yes, go ahead, Vana.
At around 19 minutes more of us walking after that prior 40, frog form Vana is gonna hop off of Brightwing's shoulder and like Shane. Oh.
So, do you want to do this at 59 minutes? Like when you sense that you're coming back into form? Or after 40 minutes?
59 minutes.
Okay, because you wouldn't have gotten there yet.
No. But like, okay, yeah.
So roughly around the time you would pop out, you want to hop off, if that comes.
Yes.
Okay. So before that happens, and I will say, these long stretches of tunnel and this darkness, and the tunnels are increasingly shrinking down a little further. So it goes from 8 to 10 feet wide to maybe 6 feet wide. Still tall enough to walk, not quite like you when you first entered here, but it does seem to be narrowing a bit. And all of these stretches of tunnel are beginning to wear on all of you mentally. Everybody roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
This is how it went south last time, guys.
This is my best saving throw.
Oh no! As a frog?
You use your mental stats of Vana.
Wisdom is still Vana.
Yeah, just your physical stats of the creature.
Frog just goes, this is normal.
Hypnotoad.
Yeah.
The psychic damage from being a frog.
Yeah.
That's a 15 for me.
15 for Vana. Brightwing?
And the 21.
Seraph?
16.
Hey! Yasnip?
Also 15.
Okay, and Eclipse?
12.
Okay. It's not a high DC. So, you guys all are feeling the fatigue of this. It is a lot of darkness with a somewhat steady but flickering lantern light. It is a lot of rock. It is a lot of mud. It is a lot of wet. And this has now been many hours of you guys walking. But there is a firm goal ahead with a very crucial rescue mission at hand. And you are able to all steel your minds enough to continue forward with all your wits about you. Towards the 40-minute mark after this strange slurry problem, you reach a small room that opens up a little bit larger. Floor-to-ceiling structure of rock that's sort of in the center of it with these two paths that split to either side of it. And again, a smattering of stalagmites and stalactites. Left, right, you see two options. Vana, you're
Ribbit?
still a frog. Yes.
Ribbit? She's gonna hop off of Brightwing and hop not on to Eclipse because she feels as though Eclipse would not appreciate mucus. And then she will hop to Eclipse and go Ribbit.
I kind of hold the lantern to both sides to be like, we got choices again.
She's gonna stand on her hind legs as a frog and put her like little frog hands on her hips.
Yeah.
Oh
It's in the frog action here.
I'm gonna start looking for tracks.
I will assist with looking for a path.
Okay. Kind of in the area at the front before this rock sort of this structure splits the cavern.
Yeah, kind
Or
of
the
just to
tunnel?
see if I can see where it branches off before we all kind of get in.
Okay,
here real
roll a
quick.
survival check.
Okay.
With advantage.
Yes,
Was
you
it
are being hit by
Guidance.
Brightwing.
Guidance. Oh shit. Is that a D4? Is it a D4?
Yes, that
Guidance is a
more
D4,
guidance.
yes.
Oh my god. Okay. Survival? 16 total.
16 total. Okay. As you enter this room, you see a variety of tracks. The ground here is sort of like a dirty, dusty rock dirt mixture. And you see a good amount of tracks that go both directions.
Okay. Unfortunately, given these caves, tracks are useful, but not for this situation. Vanna, oh gracious frog one, and just kind of gestures onto the cave.
God.
Ribbit. And she's gonna like frog jump over to one of the caves, but like mid frog jump, she's Vanna again, and she lands as Vanna, but like in a frog position.
Yes.
Clearly.
Right.
Naturally.
And I like to imagine she's probably still a little like mucusy from being a frog.
Oh,
she's
gross.
she's like, I was trying to ask you if that you was what you wanted me to do.
Always. It's gotten us this
Okay.
far. Please.
Okay. And
You're
she'll
very
walk
good
over.
at it.
Yes. So.
Thank you, Brightwing. And since Brightwing was so lovely and just complimented her, she's going to druid craft a painted orchid.
Fancy.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay. And you are going down one of these two tunnels, or just at the entrance? What are you doing here?
Just at the entrance. She's learned her lesson from wandering.
Sure. Okay. Left or right?
Left.
Okay. You step forward, kind of to the mouth of this leftward tunnel, and create your painted orchid.
Yeah.
As you do, you also glance past your orchid and see that up ahead, it looks like potentially this tunnel rejoins with the other tunnel.
Oh.
And your orchid wilts, dark and a little bit, it seems, more drastically than previously.
She's gonna turn around with this very wilted orchid, which was like coral and blue. And she's going to go, well, she's going to try to hide it.
Oh no.
It was like a failed gift. And she was like, well, it didn't go well. It also, definitely that way. Definitely. But it looks like the tunnels probably reconvene a little further in. So.
Okay. That's better than having to make another choice.
But the thing is, it got a little more wilty than normal. So I think we are getting closer.
Do you think that means there's more? Or do you think that means that it was more recent?
Can I gauge? I can't gauge from the footprints at all, right? If it's like more traffic than we've seen recently, or...
You have not seen enough recent tracks, given the nature of the ground you've been walking recently, to really have much of a comparison.
Okay.
You rolled a 16.
Yeah.
Just based off general tracking that you would have some experience in, or some knowledge of, these seem maybe a little bit more recent than things you had seen a ways back, like when you were a couple hours behind after the attack.
Okay. Recent sounds possible, but more of them is also a high possibility if this is where they come from.
I'm sure, because I'm not sure if it is like a potency issue, because I don't know if it like fades.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Either way, I would advise caution
Yes.
going forward.
oh yes, of course.
with that said, I'm gonna dim the lantern as much as I can to where there's still enough light to see, but not as much to like project our presence if we get close.
Okay.
I will go back to doing rocky outcrops.
Yeah.
Rocky outcrops. Okay. And you guys are gonna continue forward.
Yeah.
Yes, but sneaky.
Stealthing.
Yes.
Okay. Left or right, or do you split?
Left.
Left.
Yeah. To the left. Always
All
left.
left.
Yeah,
All
let's
left.
stick
Okay.
to what we figured out.
Always all left. All right.
To the left.
Everybody
To
roll a
the
stealth check.
To the left.
You son of a bitch.
Dirty 20.
14.
Yeah.
14, 20.
13.
9, 13.
Oh no,
11.
that's just
11.
not a very good number.
Oh, woof. Okay. So you guys attempt to very quietly start making your way forward. It's maybe not the quietest you've ever heard. And Yosnip and Eclipse, as you kind of round where this large rock structure was that split the tunnels, you do see that it in fact seems to have just been a large structure in the middle of a room that just split around and reconnected, and you can see where the right path meets up with yours. And as you reach the front section of that large structure, everybody is plunged into complete and utter darkness.
Shit.
And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Shit.
Question, Matt.
What? Is this magical darkness? If you have dark vision, can you see?
You cannot see.
Okay.
Okay, it's magical darkness. Okay.
Is it magical darkness?
Read me your ability.
Okay. My ability is you can see normally in darkness both magical and non-magical to a distance of 120 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
Chance dice.
So, 1 second. Roll your initiative, and I will tell you what is seen as initiative happens.
It's a 16 for me, Matt.
Okay. Anyone else above 15?
19.
Woo. Seraph?
You're muted.
You're
But
muted.
it looked like you said 21.
21.
Yeah, that is what I said.
Nell'italiano. Nell'italiano 21.
Okay, the initiatives are starting to come up for you guys. All right. Brightwing and Eclipse.
13.
Five.
Okay. What is your dex?
Oh.
My dex?
Yes.
Oh.
Yikes.
16.
Okay. Wow. My initiatives have been so terrible. I'm making Yosnip look like person.
I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I traded.
Okay. So, Yosnip,
User.
roll. Actually, you know what? Given your passive perception, so here's what happens for you. Everybody else behind you gives a sudden gasp. And the lantern light dissipates. And you're in front next to Eclipse. You can see... I would say you can see, oddly, like, the movement of the flame. But the light is not coming off of it.
Mm.
And what you can see, you can sense to be extremely, extremely dark, but through your abilities, you can see. The rest of you, utter dark black pitch, can't see a thing. Seraph, you are up first. What would you like to do? Actually, hold on. Before we do that, let me put you guys here,
Oh.
so you know what's what. And you can drag yourselves on, and then I'll put you guys where you are, so we get good token control. That's okay. So, boof. say boof. Okay, and then yeah, that works. All right, Sarah,
So-
what would you like to do?
Weird question.
Yes.
Do my little dudes right back here?
Mm-hmm.
They are technically a magical source of light. Are they shunted as well?
They are shunted as well.
Bet. Okay.
Yeah. You see no pink glow coming up over your shoulder. Zzz.
Fuck this. I'm gonna hold the wall.
Okay. By feel.
Yep.
Yep.
And back up. And just kind of hold the wall and see whether or not I get out of the dark.
Okay. And you were here, correct?
I was right here.
Okay. Okay. So, you... Wow, this is very interesting. So you hug the wall, you're kind of like hand to the wall for guidance, right? So you make your way around the wall, and just to the other edge, no end to the darkness. It seems pervasive.
All right, cool. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
I have no idea where the fuck I'm
Yeah,
going.
no,
Yeah.
valid.
Yeah.
You follow the wall. All right.
Yeah, I'm just
and
following the fucking wall.
okay, still in pervasive
I
darkness.
am going to ready an action with bloodlust, except it's gonna be the sharp end and the pokey bit.
Okay.
And just like if anything smacks me, I'm gonna smack it. Now I will ask, because this is a bit of an oddity. Does it get my crimson right?
Does it get your crimson right? You
'Cause
mean
technically,
it gets up? Does the blade part get your crimson right?
Correct.
I would say yes. It affects the entire weapon.
Dope. All right.
Okay,
That's
and
it.
that's your turn.
Yep.
Yasnip,
Guys,
what would you like to do?
do I see anybody?
Do you want to look around?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
I'm going
looking
to
for-
say I think it's major doo-doo to force an action for perception check, but I'm going to say to do a full scan, it is going to be a bonus action.
Okay. That's fair.
Roll a perception check for a full scan.
14.
14. Okay. Between Brightwing and Eclipse, you see a stalactite directly above them suddenly
No.
unfurl
No.
and begin to drop.
Mm,
No.
and it's in between them?
It is above them, but in between where they are, yes,
Okay.
location-wise.
So how high up is that?
About 12 to 15 feet.
Okay. And because I've used the bonus action, can I talk at all on this turn without using my action?
Yes, you can still talk.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chuck a dagger at it.
Okay. It given your sight, it's not a disadvantage.
But it probably doesn't matter because it's a 12.
12 hits.
What? Okay.
Yes, this
All right.
thing appears to be very unarmored and possibly a little bat-like, so it is not covered in scales or anything armorish.
That is 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And
The Zubat.
I will say it's above you, falling between you, behind you, Eclipse. I think
Okay.
that's about all I can get on that turn.
Okay. Vana, you're up.
So I heard all that shit, right?
Yes, you did.
Cool. Cool. So, did I hear the thing unfurl?
No. Oh, you know what? You know what? Hold on. Hold on. Yes.
Okay.
Given your passive perception, you heard a slight
And
from a
it's
little bit in front of you and above.
and me, being me, did I realize that this is probably more of a like mammal-like creature,
Mammal-like creature as opposed to,
an insectoid or a reptilian beast?
I would say you cannot tell that much from the slight unfurl sound.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's going to try to find the wall, which is rather close to her. And I think she's going to back up against the wall.
Okay.
And I think she's going to... She's probably going to go, like, here against the wall. And she's going to, like, feel against the wall. Feel if there are any critters or things.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's looking for, like, a critter.
Okay. I would say with your passive well, are you investigating this area? Or are you just, like, backing up and doing a quick, like, what your body can feel?
She's definitely doing what her body can feel, but if there is, like, an animal or some kind of creature in the proximity.
From your passive perception, you don't feel anything alive or moving. If you wanted to do a deeper search of the area, it would have to be an investigation check with an action.
Okay.
You can also hold an action, obviously.
Yeah. I think she will... I think she's going to... Yeah, she's just gonna do primal savagery. Wait. So.
You're muted, Matt.
Matt,
Matt, you're muted.
Ah, hello.
Ah.
So your bonus action, primal savagery, and action to hold an attack with your claws.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Eclipse. With your black fur, you're up in this utter blackness.
Hooray! Okay, given the instructions that I have from... I can't see Yasnip in front of me at all, right? It's just...
No.
Okay, cool.
You know, and you even can sense him and hear him to a degree right there, but you literally can't see your own hand in front of your face.
Okay, then I'm not going to pull my spear out, because I can't see, so I'm going to sharpen my claws a bit out and just swipe exactly where he said behind me.
Okay. So, like, directly behind you.
Yes. Wherever he said it was behind me and up. So just kind of like...
Okay, so like an upward arcing...
Yeah.
Sure. All right, roll a attack with disadvantage with your claws.
Get you. Fuck. 9.
That does not hit.
Alright. This
Despite the low armor class.
Jail. Alright. Then yeah, I'm gonna stay turned in that direction then and kind of be defensive.
Oh, okay. All right. Brightwing. You're up.
Yeah. So, can I... This is totally inspired because I was watching Daredevil earlier.
Yes.
Can
Yes.
I, like, blind sense my way, like, I am the Force with me, monk guy from Rogue One, kind of do this with my staff and try to... I'm gonna try and hit it, because I was heard that it was in front of me, but then try to move forward, also. So I'll
move
cast
straight
Shillelagh.
forward?
Yeah, I'll cast Shillelagh on my staff.
Okay. And you're gonna swing with it?
Yeah.
All right, make an attack with disadvantage.
Yeah. Oh god, that went wild. Hold on. Okay. That's not bad. It's not bad either. 14.
14 hits.
Yay.
Roll damage.
D8. It's a D8. 5 plus 5. 10 damage.
Ooh. Okay. Wow, that shillelagh is it can be a badass. Okay. You, in utter, complete, and total darkness, just following the direction of Yaznib's voice, swing up, and you hear, or you feel, and you hear a thump as it strikes into something that is heavy and doesn't, like, fly out of the way like if you hit a little bat. And then you want to run forward or move forward.
Yes.
Okay. You start darting forward and you run into a big furry body.
I'm sorry.
Eclipse, you feel a small creature with feathery delicacies on its extremities bump into you. And you guys are basically face to face in that square. You still have movement left if you want to go somewhere else, but you bump into Eclipse.
And again, I still can't see her at all. It's just
Correct. Even when she makes contact and you like even probably feel her forehead on your nose, you can't see her. It's very disconcerting.
Yeah. Okay.
And discombobulating.
I think she will try and be like, I'm sorry, and move around her to keep going. Try and Matt Murdock this.
Okay. So you're gonna try to go kind of around
Yeah.
to like behind her?
I'm just gonna try and keep going forward because I'm assuming that's where like the darkness would end.
Okay, 5, 10. Okay, you have enough. So you would go all the way up to here and hit a wall.
Oof.
Bump into a wall.
Okay.
Can you control yourself? Because
Oh yeah.
I can move you. I can move you. So you end up right there. You are in this space. When you hit the wall.
Uh-huh.
In fact, the second before you hit the wall, suddenly you see wall. Actually, do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay, so you see gray. You see it go from black to gray, and you bump into the wall. And quickly, from your periphery to either side, you see gray of cavern. Very, very faint. The lantern light is not coming out to where you are, but just your dark vision alone, you can see very, very faint grayness. And you are out of this pitch black darkness currently. That's your turn, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Finally.
Oh, I'll say the darkness does not go far. Keep going forward.
Okay, you shout that out.
Yes.
Now these douches can go. So, Yaznib,
Oh,
you...
these douches. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed. You see...
That is plural.
You see descend from the ceiling and sort of out what seems to be an aerial squid-like shaped creature. But rather than tentacles, there are tentacles, but where between all the tentacles until the very end, there's like this almost umbrella-like skin that stretches around.
It's a vampire squid.
It forms like what almost kind of looks like an umbrella, a large sort of winged shape.
Where do you
And
find this shit, Matt?
You see this one descend on Eclipse, and you also see one over here descend from the ceiling. They are this gray that looks like stalactite. A lot of things here seem to look like stalactites.
These motherfuckers.
And it descends from the ceiling and flies towards Vana. And from the other side of the cavern, you hear as Seraph is also set upon.
Oh,
So,
man.
Good.
So,
Siblings.
They fucking
um,
inked us with magical dark.
for Eclipse,
Mm-hmm.
that is a 9 to hit. That does not hit you.
No,
Okay.
but I'm offended.
Well, Vana, true. Oh, well, I'll tell you what you feel in a second. 16 to hit, Vana? That hits? Okay. You take... Oh, poop. 4 bludgeoning damage. And Seraph, that is a natural 18. And a 9, so that one does not hit. And you, oh my fucking ones! You take 4 bludgeoning damage.
All right, bet.
The,
reaction.
Yes, you do. You can
Alright.
swing away.
I'm stabbed. That's a disadvantage, yeah?
Yes, disadvantage.
All right. Natural 20. Okay. Cool. It doesn't matter, but you know.
No, probably.
2 natural 20.
No fucking way!
Wow, Weewa!
No way!
Let's go.
You did not. Oh,
You didn't want to believe.
We want pictures?
There's only one. I didn't get 2. I rolled
damn
1
it all.
die. That's
this guy.
sweet. Okay.
All right,
Cool.
roll your
cool,
damage.
Cool.
It's
your-
against the little square.
All right.
And
Roll your crit damage.
nobody saw it.
Nope.
And no. It's just it will not be seen. Holy shit, that's so good.
The most heroic moment.
All right, so that's going to be 8 points of slashing. We'll say slashing, and 3 points of lightning
Okay.
for 11 total.
Okay. So, here's what all of you experience. Eclipse, you feel this leather-like mix of flap/wing/tentacle appendage sort of try to reach out to you, and you feel it like strike at your face and your neck and your shoulder, and you sort of bat it away. Vana, you feel a similar thing, but it latches to you, and then you feel it constrict downwards around your body and your head, and it doesn't get any darker because it's literally utter pitch blackness, but you feel as if someone had put a sack over your head and then tightened it. It doesn't feel good. Seraph, the first thing you feel is like what Eclipse feels, and when you feel that, you swing out, slash at it with the sharp end of Bloodlust, and feel a spurt of liquid, but that swing kind of bats that creature away. But a second creature latches onto you in the same sort of way, and you feel bag around the mouth. It is not good. You don't feel great. Okay, that's their turn. Also, nope, nothing moves in that regard. Okay, Seraph, we are back to you.
Wait, Matt,
Yes.
didn't I hold?
You
Yeah,
held a
yeah.
claw attack?
Yep.
Yes.
Final
Yeah,
salvage.
swinging away at the one that's literally on your face. In fact, I will say that the disadvantage granted from in fact, I think this is actually part of it. No, it's not. It has advantage. But I'm going to say that it's canceled out. You can literally feel it on top
Yeah.
of your body, so you just have a straight roll.
Okay.
With a stat. No, with your claws. Okay.
Yeah.
Clawing above your own head.
14.
14 hits. Roll damage.
6 poison damage.
Nice.
Okay. Nice-oo. Okay. All right, Seraph, you're up.
Right. Feels a little bit early in the campaign for this, but I'm gonna shoot myself in the head. I'm
Get your
going
persona,
to-
let's go.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna Persona 3 this bitch.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I'm essentially going to position Bloodlust like right here-ish.
Yep.
And then just like let it rip.
Okay. Wow. What an interesting set of rule situations here. You know what? D&D rules be damned. Normally, you would have disadvantage from darkness and disadvantage from a melee distance range shot, but you're holding a gun against the creature. I'm not going to say it's at disadvantage. Just a straight roll, that would be
All
dumb.
right. Now, what are the odds that I get 3 natural 20s in a row, guys? You like,
One in
Don't say anything.
I'm
Take
just
odds.
saying it's
Never
not
tell
an
them the
impossibility.
odds. Just roll the die.
Yeah, 400
It was
times
not.
20.
But I did roll a 21, so
that hits. Roll your damage.
Wait
with
a
your,
minute.
With your gun and
yeah, I
your
rolled
blood ray.
a 9 plus 10, so you know.
Ew.
9 plus 10. 21.
All right, so
You stupid.
Jesus, that's what, 2015?
that's gonna be math. 7 points of piercing and 4 points of lightning.
Nice. Okay.
Kablam.
Okay. This was against one that was like latched onto you, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. The gunshot is incredibly loud in your own ears, although a little bit muffled by the leather that's sort of wrapped around your head, but obviously very close. But you again feel a splatter of liquid, and think that it took a big chunk. Are you going to try to move?
No.
Okay. Yasnib, you're up.
Okay, so I didn't see the pings. There's one behind Eclipse, not attached. There's one attached to Vana, and that's what I can see,
Yes.
right? Okay. I hope I don't miss. I'll say Eclipse, same position, and then I'll take a step down and around it. And then I am going to throw a dagger and a hand axe to the one on top of Vana.
Ooh, wee. Okay. Roll to hit.
First one's an 18.
That will hit.
Second one is also an 18. 2 13s.
That also hits.
Okay.
Both hit.
So the first one is 6 points of damage. The second one is 4 points. There is no hex in play.
So 10 total?
10 total.
Okay. All right. And it is well, if anyone else could see it, it would be a pretty dope maneuver of blade throwing, but it strikes into this thing. Both blades kind of clatter down on the other side of it, and it took a big chunk from that. And Vana, you feel like a tug on this thing that's latched around your face. Not exactly sure what it is that just happened. But you're up. Unless Yasnib, you want to move anymore.
Okay, so the first dagger that I threw at the first one, is that on the ground or is that in it?
It's on the ground.
Okay, am I able to retrieve that?
If you moved over to here,
I can't see your ping.
you can't see my pings.
Are you on GM land?
Over here?
Oh, over there?
Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see you now.
Yeah, it's sort of like bounced slashed off of its
Gotcha.
side and
Okay.
clattered over to there.
I will not disengage with the one that's behind me.
Okay, so you're staying there.
Yeah.
Vana, you are up. You go to take a breath to steel yourself for this action, for this turn, and you can't. You cannot breathe. This thing is fully choking you out.
Cool. Okay, well, primal savagery again.
Okay, roll away.
But this time, it's not her hands, because she can't breathe. So it's actually her teeth.
Ooh.
And they all get all weird and gross.
Okay, fangy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome, but not at the same time.
It's a fucking 9, bro.
That does not hit.
Yeah, I don't think so. Alright. Well, then I think she'll be like... oh well, and she's gonna take both of her hands and like feel on the thing on her head. And she's gonna try to locate a face area. And she's gonna cup it and cast poison spray. Like on its head.
Okay, so you're not fighting.
Well, it didn't hit.
Well, so it's an action. I'm saying it's an action to use your.
No, your microphone is kind of funky.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
It sounds like you're in a tunnel or something.
Tarnation?
There it goes.
There we go.
There we go.
It's good now.
Okay, that's weird. So you cast Primal Savagery to extend your teeth, and you sort of
Yeah.
bit at it. That was an attack that used your action.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for now?
Yep.
Okay. Eclipse, you're up.
Okay.
You still can't see this thing, but you figure it's close to you.
Yeah. So, I'm still not gonna pull my spear out because I don't want to hit anybody. So I'm gonna punch this time, just like straight into it as hard as I can.
Okay. Punch
In the
away.
Same direction.
Strong cat.
Mm-hmm.
Is the
It's still
position-
disadvantage, right?
Does the position give her advantage to cancel it out because I moved it to that location, or does that not
Yes.
work? Okay.
Yes, it would.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you have a straight roll.
That's a 12.
Wow. Things are
Yeah.
not going well for you. However,
No, it's
a
okay.
12 still hits.
Oh my god.
Get it?
Okay, Grog, you're not going to jump. So it's 5 just straight damage, apparently, for punching it.
Yes, because you were
Yeah.
strong. Okay. You take a blind drunk monk swing with your highly muscled arm and fist. It catches flesh and seeming like cartilagey bone, perhaps. You're not exactly sure. And Yosnip, you see, you're the only one who sees this creature take a full right cross and go flying into the wall to the side, smack the wall, and slide into the ground.
Nice.
Mooey dead.
Yes! Some bleach shit. I'm just gonna blind punch everything.
Okay. Do you want to move?
I'm just gonna be like, am I clear? We good?
Am I able to respond?
Yeah, you can send a quick reply.
That one's down. 3 steps towards me.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna walk towards him. Or
Okay.
towards the sound of his voice. Until I stop next to him, and then I'm gonna wait.
You bump into him full
Okay.
blown. There's
like,
no
"Ah."
decorum here.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you also do hear muffled Vana sounds.
Okay, then I'm gonna go towards that. Even
Around
further.
Yasnip?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can make your way around. 5,
Okay.
10, 15, 20. Roll, you know what?
Yeah,
Roll a straight D20.
Okay. Alright, you're better. 10?
10 was the DC to not just go wandering off into nowhere. You bump
Sweet,
into
okay,
Vana.
cool. Alright. Cool. And I'm totally out of action time, but yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna be right there. That's it. That's my turn.
Okay, Brightwing, you are up.
Okay. I can see the
What's
wall,
happening?
right?
Yes, you can see a wall.
They
You
don't
can
have
see
blue.
you can see like this whole area where the pings are. In fact, let me do this for you. Everything above this line
Oh, okay.
you can see,
Okay.
which is just a very small sliver of room with wall, but you do see.
Then I'll move right there.
Okay,
kind of-
you are out in open space. You see the ground below you, and you see these basically orbs of darkness filling the room in front of you. In fact, it looks to be basically a wall of utter blackness, like a void. It's creepy as hell.
From where I just came from or in front of me?
From where you came from.
From where? What do I see
Looking
in front
back.
of me?
In front of you, you see open tunnel.
Okay. Do I see any other creatures in front of me?
With your passive perception, no, you don't.
Then I don't know what much I can't see into the darkness. I'm
You
assuming.
cannot see into the darkness at all whatsoever. You hear a little bit of muffled Vana noise,
Okay.
and you hear a little bit of muffled Seraph noise on the other side. But you don't know where exactly.
I think she is going to be very unsure what to do, very unconfident what to do, very timid, and just being like overwhelmed with just being in darkness for honestly the first time in her life, getting out of it, not knowing how to help anybody. So I think she'll probably just stand there with her staff ready to heal if someone is looking real hurt. So I will
Okay.
hold cure wounds if someone comes out of the darkness
Okay.
that's really hurt.
Okay. Now, for your knowledge as the player, if you hold Cure Wounds and no one does come out, that spell will be expended.
Oh, then I won't do that, and I will wait for someone to. I will hold. Then
If you hold any leveled spell, it will be expended. You obviously can hold a cantrip.
can I hold a sacred flame?
Yes, you can hold a Sacred Flame.
I will hold a sacred flame.
For if you can see something.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're
and if...
not my friends, but you know
Yes,
something
obviously.
else.
If your full turn comes around and you still can't see anything, will you release it? At nothing? Or like into the void and hope it hits something? Or just let it expire?
Let you know.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, let me do this real quick. Okay, and... Okay, so, amidst all this, Vana, you see a large chunk of this darkness fall away.
Vana or
Don't I have
Brightwing?
this thing on my head?
Oh, sorry, Brightwing,
Oh.
not Vana.
They're one and the same.
So
Very
now everything above this line, you can see this line, right?
What line? Can you do it again?
It is there. Do you see it?
I don't see a line.
Do you see that? Oh, nope. Please hold. Do you see this?
I see that line. Yeah.
Okay, so everything above this line you can now see, and you see this like wall of darkness fade away right there.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Vana, the one on you is going to attempt to constrict upon you, face. Oh, that is a natural 20 without even the advantage that it has.
Oh.
So that is 12 bludgeoning damage. And you feel the musculature of this thing constrict on your neck, face, and just like the fringes of your shoulder. It is
She
very, very
doesn't-
uncomfortable.
She doesn't feel shit. She's unconscious.
Oh! Okay. You know what? I'm gonna roll something for this thing. Yeah. Okay. Eclipse. Well, you don't see anything. Yosnip. There's an eclipse between the two of you. Roll a perception check with disadvantage. No, straight. Straight is fine because you have troops of devil sight,
Natural
whatever.
20 for 20.
Okay. You've seen Ivana clawing at this thing and like struggling, and then she just stops, but remains upright. There's like a bit of a sink to this creature that's floating and flying, but she remains upright, like it's holding her up. That's all
Are
you
they
see.
freaking head crabs?
That's what I thought.
Oh.
Shit, they might be.
Okay. Seraph. The one that is not constricting you misses with a 9 to hit, and the other one with advantage because it is on you is going to constrict 2. I rolled 3 4s on this turn. So a 9. So it is not able to find enough purchase to properly constrict you, unfortunately. So no additional damage. But this thing is still fully covering, unable to draw breath. And you are up. Okay, at the
Just
one
stay
still
Persona
constricting
this
you, yes?
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I can't see the other one. So
No, you cannot. You feel it like slapping at you, but you can't feel it.
Okay, cool. 17 to hit.
That hits.
Bad. Hiya! Hey, that's pretty good. 13 points of piercing and 1 point of lightning.
13 points of piercing and 1 point of lightning. You fire another shot that nearly deafens you, and everyone else hears ringing from the other side of this wall, which none of you know of, have any idea what's going on over there. You just hear Seraph shooting at supposedly dark things, and you feel as after your shot takes, after your shot goes off, you feel sudden lax, and then it slips off of you, and you feel it fall like down your shoulder into the ground. Dead. Would you like to move? You still feel this other one that has been batting at you from the side.
I heard somebody yell out to move forward so as to escape darkness.
Brightwing said that you heard from the direction ahead of you. Brightwing say that yes, there is open light or lack of darkness ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna do that?
Okay, you're gonna follow the wall again and then follow her voice?
No, I'm gonna go. Well, fuck. What direction do I even like think I'm in right now?
It's relatively tough to tell what direction you're in relative to the room. But
I'll
you
just
did
move
hear her.
towards Brightwing and just kind of like, where's the stupid line?
Right where you just stepped. So just
sweet.
where you stepped, you step into. You don't have dark vision though.
No, but I have my.
Yes, you do. So first of all, before you get there,
Yep, smack me.
that is a 14 to hit.
It's my armor class.
Oh.
Wow, we won. Not the greatest. Only 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
So,
Ow.
Interesting. Okay. So you feel this thing that has been harrowing you sort of lash out at you as you go, and it takes a small slap to your back. That does hurt, but you are able to step away from it. And when you get right to where you just stepped, it's still darkness ahead, but this light pink glow from just behind your shoulders sort of comes out above you.
Oh, thank God. I'm gonna
Damn
step
it.
right here. That was horrendous. And you see, like, the remnants of what is probably, like, some kind of chokehold and just, like, splatters of, like, gross monster guts. I'm like,
That looks very unpleasant.
you don't know the half of it. And
Okay. Do you?
I will hold this. No, I have no action economy.
Yeah, you fired.
That's,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Yazdip, you're up.
Okay. First things first, I'm gonna run grab my dagger and hand axe. Can I
Okay,
grab both
5,
or
10,
just one?
15. I would say you can pick up both.
Okay, and is that free action or am I using something?
It's a free action to pick something up,
So
interact with something. It's over here.
you tell
Can
me
you
if...
see where I am?
No, I can't see your pings.
Right here.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15.
Yep,
there.
15 to get to them. Pick up with a free action.
Then I'm going to run back to this location and attempt to swipe at the one on top of her head.
Okay. Yep. With
first
advantage for you.
Let's go. Natural 20.
Wow, lots of natural 20s going down from both sides.
That was a 20 and an 8. So, and
Yep,
that's
roll
max
your damage.
So that is 13 points.
Okay. Okay.
And then what I do next depends on if it lets go.
So you slash at above where you can guess Vanna's head is, so you can't exactly see it, but taking it safe, and this sort of like beakish top of this thing that is almost squid-like. You just hand axe it right off. It goes flying, and it laxes, slumps, falls off of Vana, and as it does, kind of in conjunction in opposite directions, Vana slumps to the ground.
Okay. I am going to grab Eclipse's hand and put it on Vana. She's out. Get to Brightwing, north-northwest. And then I'm going to expeditious retreat and run around the corner, looking for Seraph.
Okay. All right. Go for it. You get to take the
So-
30 feet, right?
Yep, so that was
As part of the bonus action.
25 right now, right?
15, yes, 25.
Okay. So 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Do I see anything from here?
You do. You see a creature, I will put it here for you, floating in the air right there. You can't tell what direction it's looking.
Okay. I will take the final step towards it, and if I have any more time for it, I'm gonna say the stupidest thing I've ever done. Seraph, 20 feet towards me, 5 feet to your right. Shoot.
Normally, I would just say yes, but that is not really a possibility at the moment.
That's all I'm gonna do. That's my
Okay,
turn.
okay.
I believe we
Vana,
also have health potions if anyone hasn't used theirs yet.
I don't.
Hint, hint, nudge,
this is
nudge.
true. I am going to roll a death save for Vana.
Oh, we're doing it that way.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Oh.
how
it's going. Alright.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. Eclipse,
Cool.
you're up.
Okay, so. Okay. So I have Vana. I can touch Vana.
Your hand is on Vana, yes.
Okay. Then and it's an action to feed potions, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Because I don't know there's anything else near me, so I'm gonna feed her one of mine.
Okay. Wow. How mean do I want to be as a DM about how well you can do this?
If I
That
can't
must
do that
be-
like easily, I'm just gonna pick her up.
So, here's what I'll say. Given the utter insane pitch blackness of what you're dealing with right now, you think it's going to be a little bit of finagling to properly pull out your potion, uncork it, find her mouth, open it, and pour it in.
Okay.
I'm not
Then-
saying I haven't even decided
Yeah.
as DM if I would make you roll or
Yeah.
what the roll would be or how hard it would be, but I'm saying
Okay.
that's what Eclipse understands right now. So you decide
Okay,
what you
so
want to do.
it's that pitch. Okay, so yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
you
gonna
can't
pick her
literally
up
can't
then,
see your hand.
and I'm gonna yell Brightwing just to get a direction.
Okay.
Where
I'm-
are you?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm in
As
the
soon as
light.
I hear her voice,
hmm
am I able to feline agility while I'm carrying her?
Yes, you are. Your movement, your full movement with feline agility is still going to be halved,
Okay,
but
I'm
you
fine
would
with
get
that.
all of that. So your feline agility is not going to add like the full feline agility. It's going to be your full movement with feline
Okay.
agility, all halved.
Okay,
'Cause
so
you're
now
doing
I can
all
just
of it
go my
carrying.
normal speed essentially. Okay.
Yeah, because it adds. Does it add 30 or 40?
It just doubles my speed.
Okay, yes.
but
So
at
you
30.
can move your normal
so
speed.
I can
then.
get technically to her.
Yes, you can.
With her.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm just gonna pick her up and I'm going to bolt towards the sound of Brightwing's voice.
Okay. Brightwing. Suddenly, out of pure blackness, you see a black furred form carrying Vana step out, and Eclipse, you basically skid to a halt right here, right in front of Brightwing.
And I hold her out
Okay.
and I'm like, she's unconscious. And that's my turn.
Hey. Yeah. All right. Brightwing, you are up next in initiative order.
okay. I will immediately let go of the sacred flame because that's unneeded, and I will cast Cure Wounds. I guess on her head because that's where she was munched quite a
Okay.
bit.
Yep. Go for it.
Okay, Cure Wounds. Freaking. Okay, D8. Okay. 11 points of healing.
Okay. Woo! That's pretty good.
Yeah. Rolled
Okay.
a 6.
Vana, you suddenly your eyes open and what you see more or less is a very faint pink glow lit Brightwing standing over you with her hands just coming off of you, and you are in Eclipse's arms, as is typical for the siblings of this family to be in Eclipse's arms.
I think Vana wakes up, looks at Brightwing, looks at Eclipse, starts blushing really hard. And then, like, kind of is like,
You alright?
yeah, I'm so good.
Okay. All right. It is the creature's turn.
Wait, I need to hang on. I reaction just put you down instantly.
Okay. Very fair. Very fair.
Vana is visibly a little disappointed.
Maybe not as gently as you would ideally have liked. In a very quick motion, she sets you on the ground. Okay.
That whole
Yasmin.
interaction went right over Brightwing's head.
Yes, naturally. Yasnip, you... actually, you know what? Yasnip and...
Oh my god.
Seraph, have a quick rollies for me.
Rollies.
Mm-hmm. Quick rollies to decide which way this guy wants
And
to
you
go.
beat the snitch.
13.
Ooh.
17.
Ah, okay. So, it heard this thing come running around the corner, and it flies towards you, and is going to attack.
Yeah, this is cool.
Wow! What are with tonight's natural 20s?
Oh no.
Oh, that's a bit less cool, actually.
No.
That is going... Ooh, that's a lot. That is going to be 14 bludgeoning damage. That's just short of max. And you feel it wrap around your upper torso. And mouth. And that's its turn. Seraph, you heard something from Yasnip, and you saw your sister carried out of the darkness by this very buff tabaxi woman, and then Brightwing heal her, and then an extremely awkward exchange. She's now on the ground looking okay. What would you like to do?
Great. The darkness has not changed.
No. It is there. It is a little further away from you. It's so let me do this real quick. So right about here is where the darkness starts.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond that, you see nothing but black.
Great.
Oh, no.
Well, Yasnip told me to fire,
You did with disadvantage.
so I'm going to spend my
no.
action to reload.
Okay.
Because, you know, ran out of ammo and all that. Boy, howdy, that's going to be a problem soon. And... fucking... Oh, this is going to be really awful. He shouted coordinates at me,
You did.
and now the thing is on him.
Yes.
So...
But you
I mean, I
don't
can't do
know
anything else
that.
this turn anyways, because I
True.
can't fire. So I'm just gonna kind of stand there, look over at my sister in complete bewilderment, and just, like, also, like, extreme concern. And that's my whole turn.
Okay. Yasnip, you are up. You cannot breathe. What would you like to do?
Did it look hurt when it came towards me?
It did look like it was bleeding a little bit. You see liquid coming off of it. Technically, you can't see the color, but...
Yeah, fuck it. I am going to kneel down.
Hmm.
And actually, no, I'm not. Hey, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get out of this.
You're gonna try to
No, I'm going to get out of it.
Okay.
Oh.
How?
I'll message you.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
That's like gatekeep girl boss, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Such a
it's the
confident,
girl
I'm gonna
boss.
get out of this.
Man, I
Okay.
remember having a character that could do shit like that.
the
I said,
joy-
you don't. And they're like, fuck you.
Actually,
Me at Folk, my
Actually,
blade
though-
singer.
let me tell you.
Yeah, dude, Ori was.
I'm gonna hit you. Actually, no, you're not.
Actually,
Me when I play bards.
yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna execute you. Actually, you're gonna give me all of your money and let me have sex with your wife.
Okay.
And you're gonna let me walk away.
But hang on.
But hang on.
Yep, one sec.
Okay.
There's one bit that I need to clarify on, because
Okay.
Quick, more witty banter.
This moment has been brought to you by We Don't Have a
What-
Sponsor.
Witty banter.
This is brought to you by my 2 natural 20s earlier. in this
Yes.
combat.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Yes.
And the
If
two
you're
of the
watching
monsters
this
that have done
on
quite well for
YouTube,
them.
Come check the Discord out and watch us
Yeah.
live.
Oh yeah, that's right. We do a Discord
On
thing,
Fridays,
don't we?
yes.
There are
Sometimes
many other
Saturdays.
campaigns in this Discord that are lovely.
That is also true.
Yeah, like Ascension and Tales of Ceristia.
And you might be able to hear all of us not in a recording situation and multiple of my many voices.
does that work?
That one. That one. Incentive.
Yes.
Okay. So from the darkness, you guys hear, I'm hurt bad. It's right in front of me. I can't move.
Okay. All right.
All I'm gonna say, and I am staying there.
Okay. Vana, you are up.
Yes, Nip?
You hear that from your spot on the ground.
And she can't see shit.
Nope.
Wait, my lantern's still on though. I didn't turn it off.
Well, I
There's
would say your
still-
lantern is back on the ground somewhere in
Mm.
this region, which is in the darkness. So all that you guys are working off right now is a slight pink glow from Seraph.
Okay.
Um,
I thought I'd have clipped it to me, but I didn't say that, so we will go with yours.
You can clip it to yourself in the future if you'd like.
Yes, that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little hip lantern action.
Yeah. Good. I didn't say it, so it's over
Like
there.
Link from Twilight Princess.
Yes, exactly.
what the fuck am I supposed to do?
You don't
that's
have
what
to do
I'm saying.
anything. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to.
It's just information.
It's scary as shit in there for what it's
Yeah.
worth. Like,
Yeah.
I think
We're
Vana.
lucky we're out
I think
here.
Vana's just like sitting on the ground, and I think she just realized that she almost fucking died, and then also realized that she low key got rejected. But like that's not even what she was trying. She was just it was the moment, and she was confused, and she just feels
can't-
really confused.
I can't even explain my actions because there's no reason to.
And I think Vana walks over to Seraph. She just very gently walks over to Seraph and is like, I need a girlfriend.
facts.
You're doing this now?
I just died. Leave me alone.
Wait, did I hear that with my passive perception?
She
Probably.
definitely
You're in a
wasn't trying to be
cave and
subtle.
10 feet away. All right. No actions. You want to hold
Process it.
anything?
I think that took an action to be
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
It
That's
did.
fair. Okay,
It took all
Eclipse.
Vana had.
Eclipse, you are up. You are not sure what's going on out
Got
here.
way over my head anyway. It doesn't matter. Okay. Alright. Well, yeah. I'm gonna notice my lantern is gone, and I'm just gonna, whatever. I'll worry about it later. Shit. I'm gonna stand
Oh!
right. here?
Actually,
Yes.
Actually.
actually,
No.
this is my
Really?
my B.
Mm.
Everything over here
Oh, but
is now visible to you, Miss
Oh, thank
including
God.
your lantern.
because
Okay,
the
cool.
vampire things were making
I'm gonna go
him.
Yep.
get it, and I'm going to clip it to my belt.
Yes, you
I'm
can do
gonna
that.
go back.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that is my action. But over here is still pitch black, right?
Yes, there is an area
Okay.
over there, and basically you see a wall of blackness because the wall hits the wall with just
Mhm.
darkness in between.
Okay, so I'm gonna stand right here, or right here. Right, dear. And I'm going to defend people without getting
Okay.
in Seraph's way.
All right. Sounds good. Okay.
I'll crouch down if I have to, but I'm like defensive.
Yep. Brightwing, you're up. Would you like to do anything?
Yes, hearing that Yasnip was really hurt, that he said that, she's gonna push aside whatever fear she had and run straight into the darkness toward the voice that she heard.
Holy
Right wing, no. Right wing, wait.
Right wing. Right wing, follow
right wing,
your
please.
heart.
I'm.
She is so much braver than me.
Okay,
I'm
are you so
gonna...
you're running towards the voice?
I'm running towards Yasnip's voice.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15. You feel Eclipse and kind of push past her. 20.
I'm
25.
going to attempt to grapple.
Yeah.
She doesn't run past your space.
Does she? Wait, so she runs in between Eclipse and the rock?
Yeah. Well, she runs past. Oh.
You see what I
Johnson?
mean?
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm.
Interesting.
Wait,
So let me just double check, but I believe you can move through allied spaces.
You
This is the
can.
most double mom arm driving moment where it's like, excuse me.
So you can move through a non-hostile space. So I would say the most direct path would be basically through that space, so she would not pass.
Okay, great.
But
Cool.
what you do is reach this spot
Uh-huh.
and see nothing, and you hear a little. Actually, this thing would be on Yasnip, so it actually is occupying his space. So you see nothing, and you hear a bit of muffled Yasnip sounds from a little bit ahead of
No,
you.
no muffled.
Not
I'm
muffled.
Oh no, no muffled sounds.
I'm not muffled.
Nope.
Oh! I understand what you did now. Okay. Then... Oh, this is some trickiness. That you can see within range. Ah! I can't see nothing. Screw healing word. Is that all my movement?
It is all your movement.
Ah, freaking dingle hoppers. Okay.
Yes, dingle hoppers. You can action dash to try to get closer, and I would say that, I will tell you that I would allow a healing word by touch, even if you can't see the person that you're casting it on.
Ah, wonderful.
Gracious DM.
Mm.
That's very gracious. That'll be my last spell. Well, we got healing potions, so I will do that.
Okay, so you're gonna action dash.
Action dash.
Okay, you take 5 more feet and you bump into Yasnip, who's
Isn't
low
it-
to the ground, right?
No, not with that action. I'm standing.
Okay, standing.
And I will healing word you.
Okay.
La 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 la. A D4?
The first blind
Healing
word?
word sucks.
Probably not, but you know what? It is what it is. You can cast magic directly to the person in front of
I'm a trained medical person. Thank you very much. 4, thank God. 9
Okay.
hit points.
you. 9 hit points?
9 hit points.
All right. It is up. Oh, that's it for you, right? Yeah, action, movement, yes, everything. Okay. It is, I'm gonna say it's pissed at the thing that evaded its grasp. and it is going to attack Yasnip. That's pretty good. That's a 21 to hit.
Hits.
For 5 bludgeoning damage. And you feel it start to wrap around you again.
Fucking hell.
Yes, it does this often. And let me do this. Yes, okay. Seraph, you're up.
I can't do shit.
You certainly
'Cause,
can't see shit.
Yeah, well, now I can't even shoot the direction I was gonna shoot because now some fucking dumb bird
said
just
I'd-
like walked into
Oh,
the
yeah.
darkness, and I don't know where she is, which means I can't take my shot. So I'm just gonna sit there and wait.
Okay. Do you want to hold anything?
No, I got nothing to hold.
All right. You hold your sister.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I
Okay.
hold my sister.
Yasnip, you're up. This thing is around your head.
I actually usually know what I'm gonna do. I have no freaking clue right now. This is rough. Okay. I'm going to... Do I still have a sense of orientation of where I am? Like, do I know...
Well, you can see.
No, it's on my head, though.
Oh, but with it on your head?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, because we were able to see when you weren't enclosed by it.
Mhm.
So yeah, you have some general sense of what direction is what.
I'm going to try, like, I'm going to touch towards Brightwing, and I'm going to try to move around her
Okay.
so that I'm standing next to her,
Okay.
and I'm going to very forcefully stab it on my head as hard as I
Okay.
can with both daggers.
Both daggers.
Yep.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
It will be straight attack.
17,
17 hits.
and the second one is 12.
12 also hits.
First one is 5 points.
Okay.
Second one is 4 points.
Okay. You feel the liquid, warm blood-like liquid flow down onto your neck, and it continues to constrict.
And just muffled noises.
Yep, muffled noises. And no one else can see how well or badly this thing is doing, so no one knows.
Bitch.
Vana, you're up. You want to keep doing what you're doing?
I'm trying to see if I can help.
You don't know where they are.
Yeah,
can't
and
see
you have
shit.
no idea.
Yeah.
It is a wall of darkness that Brightwing disappeared into, and you hear various sounds in there.
We like. Who the fuck knows?
Oh, hold.
Holding.
Okay. I forgot to roll for that damage there. So, on the second attack, the damage that the creature takes, that darkness suddenly and disappears.
Oh shit.
Yes, it has to maintain it like a spell, and
Oh.
most of them have been rolling very well, but not that time.
Oh,
So
bless.
you see everything. You see everything in front of you now. There is a Yasnip with a creature on its head, his head, and a Brightwing standing next to him looking very concerned.
Oh. Fuck. Okay.
True?
Yeah. That's yeah.
She's gonna be like, she's gonna kind of jog over there a little bit. I'd be like, Seraph, come with me in case I die.
Okay.
And she's gonna run over there. And she's like, while she's running. Can she do primal savagery while she's running?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when she gets there, she's gonna try to pry this thing off of his head.
With
But,
an attack with primal savagery.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
13.
13 hits.
Yes.
Roll damage.
Let's go.
2.
2
2.
is its hit points.
Oh
Would you like to
my
describe
God.
the finish?
Let's go.
Freaking
I am
She's
sweating.
she sees this thing on top of Jan. And she her claw nettle appendages. I think she'd kind of she would very gently be like, I'm sorry, Yasnip, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to get very in your personal space right now. And she's going to get very, very close to him and pry her fingers underneath of the thing and then just rip it out and then pull it off.
Okay. So, Yasnip, in this darkness that is actually dark now for you for once because your entire face is covered, suddenly the grays of the tunnel, the bit of lantern light in the distance, and a slight bit of pink come into your vision as this thing is ripped open on your head and then, I assume, thrown to the ground.
Yeah.
By Vanna, bleeding, dead. All now dealt with.
Hi.
Are you okay?
Hello. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you too. Is everyone else okay?
Okay. No, I hate this. Let's go.
I'm gonna look back at Seraph and be like, hey, she did it. Yeah.
That's the first time I ever killed anything, gang.
Yeah.
And we will take a break.
Yeah.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
Well done on a very difficult situation, everybody.
Oh.
And
Okay. We are back. You guys have dealt with a very unique experience and a gaggle of strange creatures, which, upon closer inspection by everyone else, now that the darkness is gone, since really only Yasnip got to get a full good look at them during this battle, you see these very strange squid-like uh, creatures that seem to have been able to float through the air and liked to suffocate and create darkness. What would you guys like to do?
Just gonna. You good? Are you okay? Hey, Yasnip, is everybody okay?
I'm fine.
I am unharmed.
Fawn, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to take a break, or should we just keep going? But
I do just real quick want to go ahead and Brightwing. Try not to be so reckless, perhaps. And this is coming from a point of genuine criticism. Because Yasnip told me to fire. And had I done so, I likely could have hit you.
I'm sorry.
It is fine, because I did not pull the trigger. Just next time, let's maybe not let our emotions get the better of us, and not risk our lives in very foolish situations.
I think Fauna's gonna like pull Brightwing aside. Like if they start walking, I feel like she'll be like, "He's not mad at you."
I would say I think Brightwing stays close to Yasnip
Okay.
after
Okay.
that.
And
Okay.
I
Speaking
would,
of getting ourselves into foolish situations, Vanna, I will admit that was a bit on me. I should probably not have gone
Yeah, it was
around
fucking on
that
you.
way. Yes, I'm 100% aware that was
after
a
having
bit...
this conversation, I'm gonna look like where he went and where we were, and just like.
And I'll probably catch this and be like, look, there is a wall. I was blind. There's like nowhere else for me to
Oh
go
no,
feasibly.
of course. It's just gonna look between the two of you and just be like,
No, trust me,
I'm just
geometrically
saying-
speaking, it makes absolutely no sense.
okay.
Don't worry, we're on the same page.
Okay.
There's just... It's complicated. Because I do not want to throw ourselves into the same situation like this over and over again. Because it is progressively getting worse for us.
That is true. But 4 children had to go through all of this shit too.
That is valid, but it's... While I do think that this mission is important, and saving the children is important, I do think, and please do not make me a villain out of this, anyone, 4 corpses is far less than 9.
God, you sound like our mom right now. Let's go get the kids.
I think what he's trying to say.
I know
Is-
exactly what he's trying to say.
Okay, I'm just gonna let that go. All right.
She is just explicitly trying to piss me off at this point.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. It's...
Mm-hmm.
Next time I'll aim a bit lower.
I'm going to talk to Brightwing. Criticisms will come quite often. What
I am very used to criticism, to be fair.
and whether he decides to see it or not, the most optimal outcome potentially for the situation came to fruition. The fact that you came in, I believe you saved my life. As his sister. When things change, people can adjust tactics. And he did the same as you made your choice. Just think it's a point to go with what you feel the most from the heart.
Thank you for the void of competence.
Thank you.
It is no trouble. Everyone in my village learns healing arts. It's no trouble.
I'll kind of pat her on the shoulder a little bit. Begin to walk.
Okay.
Seraph,
Yeah.
like while they're walking,
Mm-hmm.
you know I love you, right?
Of course I do, nerd. And I just like punch her in the shoulder a little bit.
His strength is far too low for it to cause any damage, even if he wanted it to.
Correct. I will, however, kind of like reach into a back pouch and pull out the potion and just kind of like stare at it for a second. Is it worth it now? 'Cause I
still-
kind of feel like shit, and it feels like we expended a lot of magic.
We did. I know given the hastiness of the situation, does anybody need a rest? I know I could benefit from one.
I mean, I think everybody, like, Brightwing, I don't know how you are doing, but I feel very, very drained.
I am trained on my more potent spells. But my other capabilities, including my Goyagia form, I still have. For
So I don't think we have to sleep or wait for like 8 hours or whatever. Like, I feel like we could just sit for a little and maybe.
How long,
Alright.
DM, has it been since the kids were kitty nappy?
Only a few hours.
Okay.
We've slept a whole
Yeah,
night.
but we had a
Oh,
long
since the
rest.
kids
we
were
had
taken?
Since
Yeah.
the kids were taken.
Oh, yeah. It's been
It was noon,
Uh,
so it's been like 13 hours? 14 hours?
yeah, it's been a little over half a day for sure.
Manda, could you do your cantrip again?
Yes, of course. And she'll do another druid craft. But this time they are very small lily of the valleys.
Okay. The buds appear, and the wilting and death is most like when you first did this with I believe it was a daisy in that small bit of the city where you found the remnants of that scuffle
Yeah.
that sent you kind of southwards. It's the quickest, darkest, most drastic that you've had since then.
We are definitely getting closer.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Could I use this knowledge and previous knowledge to kind of figure how close we are with the rate of how wilting the flower is?
Oh, interesting. Okay. Roll an intelligence check.
Oh, I'm really great at that. That's a natural 18 for an 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also watch this, and you were watching very closely the first time she did this in the town. And you notice the similarity in the way that this blight acts on this bit of plant life that she creates. And it does seem very similar to that time. From what you remember, that was maybe an hour after those creatures had come through. So you think maybe, I mean, you don't know how this works
Yeah.
necessarily. You don't know how quickly this happens. You don't know how long it lingers. So you know it seems similar to that. So it could be in that time range. It could also be 10 minutes or 3 hours. You're really not too sure, but you do feel and sense and put together that connection to the similarity of previous tests.
That it was close.
Yes, it seems close to
Okay.
how the nature acted on the first check when it was about an hour after the attack.
It's very close, this death.
Well, rest up and go the rest of the way.
You guys want to take a short rest? Here in this little cavern, or in the tunnel, or where?
We should probably go to the tunnel.
Yeah.
I do want to just very quickly kind of point out. See, the last time we burned all of our spells, we determined it would be unsafe to progress forward without them. And now
Yes.
we draw as close as we've come now to the apex of this. And
I
we
am
are
not.
just going to throw caution to the wind.
I am not fully out.
Right, but the person with all of the really super dope healing stuff is. And that is a problem.
How many potions do we have remaining?
I still have mine.
Yes, I do have a training and spell casting that can stabilize wounds. So even if someone were to go down, I would be able to keep them from dying.
I can also do something similar to Brightwing when she heals.
Well,
We
with-
have healing potions, and I have a range magic left, and I can still hit things with this. Plus, I have my Koyakia form. I have not used.
I don't think we can afford the time it would take to recuperate everything.
I think the difference between then and now was we didn't know how close we were.
I think
Now
now
we know.
Hmm.
We can't afford to waste any more time.
I think the most is a brief moment of respite to get what little we can back and go
Who
into this
has
last leg.
potions?
I have one.
I've
I
used
have one
mine.
as well.
Mine is gone.
So we have
So,
4.
Eclipse, get yours over to Yasnip then, if you have 2
Okay.
and he's missing 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna give one to Yasnip just so we each have one.
Right.
Okay.
Brief moment, get our heads straight and head in.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
In the tunnel?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
scoot into the tunnel a little bit.
Mhm.
Okay. You guys kind of make your way a little bit in to where the cavern of what was a ton of darkness and terror and near death is out of sight. Find a spot, circle up, sit down, or spread out as you guys want and rest. Is there anything that anybody wants to do during this rest?
Can I meditate and try to connect to the wilds while we are about to? Because I haven't felt them this entire time.
Mm-hmm. Roll a wisdom check with disadvantage.
Ooh.
I can actually do it. It's not very strong. Oh. But one is a natural 18, one is a natural 16.
Woo!
With a +5.
Woo!
So that's 21.
Okay.
Wow, that's coming up a lot.
You are. Where do you want to sit? Are you sitting near Yasnip? Do you kind of go on your own to do this?
I think she
Or you
goes on
want
her
the group?
own.
Okay, so you kind of
Still
go a little
inside of the
further.
group.
Okay, so just step away a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, you step away a little bit, kind of crisscross, sit on the ground, close your eyes, and try to open yourself and feel the touch of nature, the wilds that you're used to. And for the first time in what has been nearly a day now, probably 13 to 15 or so hours of darkness, dank, wet, and a lot of horrible creatures, you don't feel it on your skin. You more just feel it almost within yourself, this very slight swirling breeze pass by you, and like the feeling of your hair fluttering, though it doesn't actually, from up ahead of you in the tunnel. And with it, this very faint smell of fresh grass, and not fresh cut grass, just fresh grass.
Smiley day to you.
And open sky and tilled earth. And then that breeze sort of drifts away from you.
I think she visibly just stays in that moment and just closes her eyes and just keeps meditating on that. Going in kind of her loner persona for a second after kind of being chastised by Seraph, but feeling comforted in the wilds like she always has been.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
I'm gonna pull out the scroll that I used earlier, and I'm gonna start writing out a message that I'll DM to you. It's
Okay.
a little longer, so. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing in the meantime.
Okay. Anybody else?
I am going very, very faintly, just more for sake of sanity. And I'm not sure if anybody else could hear this, but I am going to use minor illusion to begin to make very faint bird noises.
Okay.
Just a way to
Are you
reconnect.
are you trying to make them quiet enough that only you can hear for yourself?
Yeah,
Or are they just relatively quiet?
they're relatively quiet,
Okay,
just in my general area.
sure. I would say
Ambience.
that given the nature of where you are, they do ring out just very, very faintly, and the rest of you are able to hear it.
What the fuck?
I'll just kind of lean back and grin.
Oh. Fair enough.
I think that just puts Brightwing deeper in her meditation because she just thinks it's part of
Probably.
just part of it.
Okay.
Vanna's gonna go. Do you want to see what the weather is like?
And she's gonna cast Druidcraft. And I can create a harmless sensory effect that predicts what the weather will be for the next 24 hours.
Interesting. Okay.
That's so
Your craft is pretty
cute.
sweet.
Okay. So you guys are kind of gathered near or around the light of Eclipse's lantern as she writes by it. But all of a sudden, and for Brightwing, for you, this kind of happens over your shoulder as you're in your meditation. The rest of you see this almost like shimmering, brief moat appear in front of Vana of sunlight. Pure, bright sunlight. And above it, almost as if reflected or refracted by the light, like if it were to hit a kaleidoscopic prism of some kind, you see this faint blue on the ceiling that looks unclouded, just sky blue. And then the light. Well, actually, how long does it last?
For like a round.
Okay, and then the light fades away.
Looks like we will be coming back to pretty nice weather.
That's definitely a comfort.
Okay. Okay. So you guys can all see. Well, are you trying to keep the secret anyway?
It's kind of like taking a test, kind of hunched over, like none of their business kind of vibe.
Sure, fair enough. Okay, so the rest of you see Eclipse just kind of scribbling on a note on the side, and then sort of fold it up, and it's gone. Not exactly sure what she did. And about 10 or 15 minutes later, as you're nearing the end of this short rest, Eclipse, a small, similarly folded up piece of parchment, falls out of seemingly nowhere on your lap.
And I'll read it. As we're walking, I'm not gonna hold everybody up right now.
Okay. You still have some time in this short rest if you want to do it here. Or you
Then
can
yeah,
do it as you
I'll
want.
read it.
Okay. It says, so the stories were grounded in fact. What details can you relay on the nature of these creatures? I will initiate deeper research on whatever you can provide.
Okay.
And I hope you can trust these companions.
Mm.
And it's signed the same way as the last one.
Okay. Then I'll quickly scribble down the decay, the intensity of the decay, and the invisibility that they had that I'd noticed. And that's
basically a quick description of what you've experienced with these things. Okay. Okay. All right. Anybody else have anything else before we conclude this rest? All right. You guys, in about an hour passes. You all can take a short rest. Roll the hit dice if you have not yet, if you'd like to. Recover your short resty things.
I have yet to be hit.
So yeah, I don't know how this has been working out. That Brightwing has been in a good place health-wise, and Vana has taken slaps everywhere. You know, like most of these fights.
Oh, okay. I was like, is there anywhere on D&D Beyond that? There it is. Okay. I was like, where does it track the hit dice? Ah. Yep. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna.
I don't trust her. 1 sec.
Okay, so it's. Wow.
Demon cat. Not you. The other black cat in this campaign.
Wait.
One winged angel starts playing.
Pretty sure that. Yeah. Okay, I'm back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna wait
already a problem.
I'm gonna wait a second for Leah.
Yeah.
I love how it just like, as soon as Elfie came into the room, it was over.
Yep.
It was just like,
God.
Well, apparently she's
Done.
been destroying things left and right this past week, so...
yeah. So
Pay attention to me, damn it.
Care if you have to.
I
Well,
think
she was-
Elfie and I are very similar.
This seems accurate.
I
Yes.
believe
Same
that
energy.
there's a point
Same
at some
energy.
time where they just make eye contact, and all that he's thinking is, "I bet you won't put another plate on that shelf."
Yep.
He's a gremlin, dude. I swear.
She, you know, she's a curious cat.
Mm.
Too
Well, you know
much.
what curiosity does to the cat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kills the plates.
True.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so cat having been exercised, you guys finish up this short rest, feel a little bit rejuvenated, continue forward. Same order.
Stealthy, rock outcroppings, anything I can to block the path ahead of us.
Okay. I will say, given the tunnel continuing to narrow and what you're doing, you can take up enough of the tunnel that you can all of you make a stealth check with advantage.
Okay.
Sweet.
After the last stealth check, I definitely need it.
For you, Eclipse, it's even.
It's just a straight, yeah.
That wasn't very great.
22.
17.
19.
Okay.
Also a 19.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Brightwing?
14.
Okay.
Let's go.
Wow. All right. You guys begin making your way up this tunnel, and as it continues to tighten to the point where it's maybe 5 or 6 feet now in diameter, maybe 8 feet tall, it's starting to get a little more claustrophobic, but it provides a tight enough space that Yasnip's camouflage, if you will, arcane camouflage, gives you guys a good sense of safety from the front, and you keep relatively quiet. And this tunnel starts to move noticeably upward for the first time in quite a long time. There was an early descent that was quite long, and then there was a long period of time that was maybe a little up, maybe a little down. You're really not too sure. This begins to be a consistent climb upwards. Not enough that it's strenuous necessarily, but noticeable. And it becomes a half an hour, an hour, 2 hours. A few hours pass. The short rest gives you enough of a bit of rejuvenation, especially given some of the moments of hope and peace that were found in it, that your spirits stay high enough, despite the continued dark, long walk, that I'm not going to make you guys roll anything. So well done on that. At one point, though, you see a small offshoot. And again, there have not been many offshoots in this latter part of the journey, that seems to climb from the brief view that you see in it through the lantern light upward at an even steeper rate. And Vana and Brightwing, you get a small but noticeable puff of fresher air that seems to come down that tunnel. It's the first time that you've had something like that. And so it catches you off guard, and you definitely notice it.
Right, wing?
You do your the trick with
Yeah.
the girl? Yes.
Yeah. And she will conjure a black iris.
Ooh.
Dope. Also, I like that we've turned Sabel into a horticulture book or whatever it would be called.
I mean, let's be real. That's about the most
Oh,
accurate description.
Yes, that's a
She's
very
got
fair
it
point.
memorized. They've got it memorized at this point.
Yep. Okay. It doesn't even reach full bloom before it crumbles
Yikes.
into ash.
Very close.
Yeah.
So, which way are we headed then?
Straight on.
Yes.
You guys take this climbing tunnel?
Yeah.
Okay. This does become a little more strenuous. Not enough to exhaust you or anything, but it's like a bit of stair level incline upwards. And about 10, 12 minutes go by before you reach a small room. It is maybe 8 to 9 feet in diameter. Well, maybe 10 feet in diameter. So it opens up a little bit. And the ceiling is just a little bit higher than it has been in the tunnel. You see what seems to be some sort of built, carved structure against one wall. It looks not well crafted. More like, almost like the pieces were found that fit the shape that was desired, and then they were just kind of put here. It is not well crafted work, but it is clearly a structure of some kind. A small, several pieces of stone built together. Above this little bit of kind of like, almost looks sort of like a small tower or altar of some kind. On the wall, you see extremely crude, almost primitive carvings into the wall. And where these bits of stone are carved away, they seem highlighted by a dark crimson. And this series of carvings seems to depict, in its primitive way, some sort of large creature with several tendrils or tentacles coming off of its body, a long serpent-like form that becomes a tail at the end, and a gaping, wide, circular, exaggerated mouth with several rows of, as many could be really forced into this small space with this primitive carving, what look like sharp teeth, forming this sort of halo of teeth. And it seems to be hovering or flying or swimming in some way above a dozen or so much smaller, spindly, dark stick figures, essentially, that have small little carved claws on their extended arms. Beneath this crude illustration, there is what seems to be a hastily and again crudely carved out bowl or divot of stone in the ground that seems to funnel downwards and inwards. Sorry, Mike. Into a very small dark hole in the ground in the center. Little more than maybe a fist size in diameter that seems to disappear downwards. And you hear, all of you can even hear this, some of you much more clearly, a faint sound of rushing water that just barely floats its way up from this hole. And the floor of this bowl, this inward slanting carving, is heavily stained with dark crimson and crumpled into a messy, careless pile. You see 3 bodies. That's what you all see.
Are they the kids?
Do you want to go up closer and investigate?
Yeah.
Right now, it is a mess of flesh and gore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
light it up.
I don't think she even hesitates. I think
Okay.
she just runs over there.
I think Vana's gonna try to grab Brightwing and just be like, wait.
Do you let her stop you?
Oh no.
Okay. The rest of you stay back while she
I'm gonna
rushes
go
up?
with her. 'Cause I
I'm
need the
Okay.
light.
hyper fixated right now.
Okay. Roll a investigation check, Brightwing.
Whoa. I might not be smart, but I'm lucky. Natural 18 again.
Okay.
For an 18.
Okay. One is nothing but skeleton with the remnants of a few rags. It looks old, worn, decayed beyond belief to where only bone is left, and even the bone seems to be falling apart in places. It is large, maybe the size of a normal humanoid.
Yeah, what I, from like my more like anatomy kind of understanding, what I understand like what kind of body this would be.
You imagine it's probably human, half elf, elf,
Okay.
somewhere in that range.
Okay.
The other two look a bit more recent, but also plenty of signs of bone apparent. Whether that was from wounds originally that caused the death of these things or something eating at or pulling away, you're not sure. One is clearly human, and there are remnants of rag and cloth and some armor even that you can see. And the other is much smaller. Seems to be gnome or halfling with your investigation check.
But all adults, no children.
It seems that even the small one is an adult gnome or halfling.
Alright.
It's hard to tell exactly which because it's very mangled.
And are they like in the decay from like the blights, or are they just in natural decay?
It's hard to tell the
Okay.
difference because more or less what the blight has caused is just a much faster version, so it could be much more recent caused by the blight from the creatures, or it could be much older and more natural, or somewhere in between, some combination of the two. It's very
Okay.
difficult to discern the difference. With your investigation check, you also find that they have some arms on them and some other items. You find 27 gold, 15 silver, and 9 copper in total. It seems
Money!
whatever killed and left these bodies here did not care for the money. On the second body, the more humanoid that's not as decayed, and you can see armor. You also see a bow, kind of under the crook of its arm, and a quiver that's crushed on its back with a couple arrows that are also broken. And what is interesting that you notice, especially in comparison to the rest of the clothes and arms on these bodies that are old, broken, rotten, decayed, there is a pair of gloves on this corpse's hands that do not look mildly touched. They look pristine. Seem to be maybe a very dark leather, thin, kind of like you know those gloves that come up to a short place on your wrist and have that strap. I don't know who uses them. I feel like robbers maybe in old shows. It's kind of like that style of glove.
Yeah.
And then on the smaller creature, the halfling or gnome, you find amongst a number of random and seemingly unuseful items, a small pouch of a translucent powder. It's odd. It almost resembles fine sand, but the way when you would look at enough sand in one place, even though each grain is kind of translucent, when you look at enough of it, it just looks kind of tan. This doesn't look that way. It kind of looks like all translucent, even in its pouch.
Yeah.
And each of them, you rolled an 18, right?
Yes, I did.
Each of them, those 2 second corpses, is also wearing, or in their ear, is an earring with a teardrop-shaped blue gem. Very small. That's what you find.
What can you say the money again? I got the 27 gold. but I was
27
looking-
gold, 15 silver, and 9 copper.
Okay. Okay.
So you guys all watch Brightwing step up, quickly look over these bodies, and it doesn't even take much ruffling or rustling through for this to be discovered. So it's maybe a few seconds, and Brightwing, you're free to do what you wish.
Before, as soon as she realizes that they're not children, she will relay that to everyone to kind of settle their worries.
Okay.
She will call Yasnip over, and hand Yasnip all the money because she doesn't know what the frick to do with it.
Okay.
Are you carrying everything else too?
I will care everything else, though.
Okay, so you all see her approach with these items.
Do
And holding them in a... I don't really know what that is or what to do with
The
it.
bow over her arm, the pouch, and the gloves, and the earrings in her hands.
am I familiar with what these earrings are?
I'm gonna say roll an Arcana check. It's gonna be a pretty high DC, but
May I also attempt?
As a 17.
yes, given your background, you can also attempt.
I also wanted to potentially do it as well with my bonus.
Okay, all of you kind of gather around, seeing
Yeah.
her holding these odd things. I will say that all 3 of you, for various reasons, can make this Arcana check.
Okay.
Sabel, Vanna, you may not. Sorry.
Can I, while they're
Serious?
doing it, can I ritually cast Detect Magic?
Yes, you can if you take 10 minutes.
Yes, I will do that.
I
If
got
you
a
have it.
12.
Okay, so Brightwing sets these things on the ground, sort of sits down in front of them and begins to cast over them.
Okay.
The rest of you can kind of gather around and look. So 17 for Yasnip, right?
Yep.
Seraph?
24.
Woo! And Eclipse?
12.
Okay. Yasnip and Eclipse, you do not recognize these beyond just their nice earrings. They look like they're pretty fancy.
Understand.
Seraph, you have done enough in looking into various magical item creations, and been around at least one person who is very much involved in their creation, and you do recognize these, or at least they look to fit a archetype that you've seen before. They don't also all necessarily look the exact same, but given the way that they look unrusted, like even the bits of metal that are attached to the gem look untouched, you get the sense they're magical. From that, their design, and the fact that these two are wearing them the way they are, and with that Arcana check, you believe that these are earrings of whisper, which you know allow wearers of 2 that are connected, or multiple that are connected, to communicate with each other over very large distances, or decently large distances, without shouting.
Vanna. And I'll just toss the earring over to her.
He's still casting.
You can still cast over it.
Okay, cool.
What is it?
Your detect magic is a full radius, so
Yeah.
It is very, very fun. And
It is very, very pretty.
I'll go ahead and just kind of like take out my current earring and replace it with
True.
that one.
Seraph,
Mm-hmm.
it's a bit of a problem.
Ooh, I think I can probably pull it off, but not right now. So maybe we'll
Okay.
address that once we get out.
Okay. Do you have a piece of string that maybe I could wear it as a necklace for right now?
I'll go ahead and take off my current kind of pendant that I typically wear. Just try attaching it to this for the time
Okay.
being.
She'll do that.
Okay. The 10 minutes go by. You guys are watching as Brightwing does this. When you finish, you do get, first of all, you see all the similar glows from your companions. And you do get a glow from the gloves, the earrings, both earrings, and the pouch of translucent powder.
Ooh. What school?
They're magic items, so you don't get a
Enchantment.
specific school.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Let's identify.
What do you think the gloves are?
Well, if I can take a second to sort of inspect them, I might be able to figure it out.
They look pretty small for your hands. You have pretty big hands.
That is correct. I likely would not be able to wear them, but I could at least try and determine, what exactly they do. Clearly, they don't just flap in the wind, so...
They probably do, but
That's... I'm gonna try and fucking figure out what's up with these gloves.
Okay, roll an Arcana check.
Yeah, let's go, Snitch.
While he's doing that, I think Brightwing's gonna get up and try to look at the drawings, the carvings, and kind of deter what the meaning of them are, kind of based on her own knowledge of like what her people would do. This sort of thing.
Okay. So are you trying to learn more about it, or are you just trying to get a sense of where it came from?
I'm trying to learn what it means. Like what was the purpose of like this drawing?
Okay. Roll a intelligence check.
Freaking intelligence.
Yeah.
By the way, I rolled a 23.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm rolling fucking
Much
crazy,
Arcana,
dude.
much wow.
Like, honestly, it's stupid.
Okay. And you sort of take these gloves? When
Yeah,
you
I'm
do
kind of
this?
like,
You inspect
I'm
them
kind
closely?
of, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so as soon as you take them, you notice they're very fine. Fine leather, they seem very supple. And given Brightwing's... Brightwing, you shared that they were all magical? Did you say all of that?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Given that, and given what you've known and studied and read about and talked about, you would know that if it is magic, it would likely conform to any wearer, as would other items. But with that roll, and also with the fact that they were on the body that was attached to or wearing the bow and quiver, you get the sense that you have not heard of, or you don't know an exact item like you did with the Earrings of Whisper that are kind of commonly used by a lot of different people for communication and things. But you do get a sense from their design, some markings on them, where they were found. They are likely to help in some way with firing a long-range weapon of some kind.
So, I mean, these gloves were basically made for me.
they can't. No, they're far too small for your hands.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of put one of them on.
Okay.
And it'll just like...
Vana, you see him start to pull it onto his fingers, and very clearly they're not going to fit. And then as he pulls down, it just grows and expands until it perfectly fits, and then buttons closed with a small strap. And then he puts the other one on. Both of them seem to conform to his hands.
All those years, that Mom and I had to make clothes for you because you kept the fucking bullshit. Okay.
Sarah.
So this is going to help me fire my gun better, I guess.
as soon as I figure out what exactly they do.
As soon as you put them on,
Do I get to hear creepy voices in my head now?
hello.
Oh, yes!
Sassy twin gloves.
Sassy twin gloves. Sorry.
So, I would say that you're more or less a pretty composed person. So it's not like you're, well, in some ways, it's not like you've been walking around terrified and trembling and shaking in fear. But this has been a long and strenuous journey with a lot of emotional and physical stress and some weird shit that you are currently looking at and near, and know that there is other dangerous shit nearby. So, to some degree, there's a slight tremor to your hands at various times, at least when you hold them out. As these gloves slip on, you feel that fade. And you sort of hold your hand up and out, and it is unmovingly still.
Interesting. That is interesting.
I rolled a 16, Matt, on that.
Okay. So you don't recognize this creature that has been depicted. The large creature. It does seem like it's possible that the crude figures below it are the creatures you've been trailing. And the way that they're positioned, kind of with their clawed hands out and up, you maybe even have similar carvings and etchings in various pieces of art among your people. Obviously not towards whatever this thing is, but it seems possible that there is some sort of primitive worship connection happening here. And with a 16, which is pretty decent, you kind of glance down at the slight, like, formed, constructed altar shape, the hole in the ground, the blood everywhere. You get the sense this is maybe a bit of an altar shrine situation here.
They are using this place to worship their god.
Cool. So now we're dealing with a cult, basically.
What is cult?
It's a religion with a franchise. See, it is.
All
this
of them
sort
have
of,
never.
What is franchise?
Oh wow, this is going to get very complicated.
Okay.
very
This
quickly.
might be another
So-
one to have over a table at some point.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
think.
we're gonna add
I
the we're
think
gonna
so, yeah.
we're gonna add this to
Just-
the list.
Yes, we need to get another page actually.
Yeah.
All right.
Usually it's bad. Usually.
Cult
But
is
sometimes it's not.
Usually it's bad. And look, gestures
Sometimes
around the
it's
room. This one's
not.
pretty bad.
I would argue this one is pretty bad. Yes.
Yeah. Matt, are there any
Indeed.
words?
No. There are
No.
not even like symbols of any kind. It's just crude art.
Does the form match stories?
The form of the creature?
Yeah.
ooh
Mm,
folklore.
roll a history check with advantage.
$18.
There isn't much specificity to the stories, the folklore tales that you're referencing. It speaks of, they speak of beasts, monstrosities, dark terrors that swim the lake and other places. Certainly, you would imagine, maybe even you have imagined, or you would imagine that others would have imagined, the stories in their mind, putting a picture to some of the monsters, would look something like this.
Okay.
But you don't know. There's no like picture books of these tales that it matches to necessarily.
Got it. Well, which way now?
I had a really quick clarification of the room. So it's this bowl, those drawings, and that's it?
And there's like a small constructed sort of like mini shrine-like altar bit of stone that's right below the drawing behind the bowl. Very crude.
Okay.
But that's it, yes. And the bodies.
Okay. Well, as much as I would love to look at this a little more, I think we really need to get going if it's like this.
I don't necessarily like the idea of what, if this was a door, what it would take to open it.
The tunnel does go on ahead, by the way, if I didn't describe that.
Oh, it
This
does
is
go
like,
ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, this sort of room
didn't
shape
catch
is
that.
kind of to the side of the tunnel.
My bad.
And we hear water flowing from inside where the
In the
like
hole.
the
You
hole, right?
do, yes, when you stepped up to it, you do. I will also say, now that you've taken a step back and you've all taken a moment and a few minutes with Brightwing's casting and various inspections of things, Brightwing and Vana, you do hear that trickling from under that hole. You also hear sounds from up the tunnel ahead. And you take a moment, kind of quiet everyone down briefly. And it sounds like rushing water, different, maybe not even rushing, maybe falling water. And various drips and the sounds of scratching movement, maybe, stone, all kind of echoing down this tunnel.
Hearing that, can I try to hear more down the tunnel?
You, do you want to make your way up the tunnel a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Brightwing starts moving up the tunnel a little bit. Does anyone want to go
I'm
with
going
her?
with her. Yep.
Okay. Like,
Let's go.
roll a perception check, Brightwing.
It's pretty good. 26. Natural 19.
Wow, wee-wah.
Disgusting.
Okay. So as you move forward, Brightwing, do you want to be in the front?
I think she kind of hearing the things kind of would let her like animal instincts kind of take over and she
Okay. So Brightwing is kind of leading ahead of you guys, and Brightwing, as you continue to move, and Vana, from not too far behind, you began to hear this also a little more clearly, but Brightwing up front, specifically listening, it sounds like the sound of a waterfall, maybe a small waterfall, echoing in a large cavern, the way that it's bouncing down this tunnel, and you hear every now and again as you guys walk, and it's difficult to hear over the sound of your own steps moving, but you have a very good perception roll. Little skitters and scrapes.
Is that similar to the sounds that we were hearing when we were fighting the blights?
When you were fighting them, it was out in the open on dirt paths of the city.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
it's different sound wise, but it's somewhat similar tempo wise.
Okay.
Seta. How far are we from the temple room?
You've maybe come 60 to 100 feet.
Okay.
sort of. How big was that hole?
How big was the whole DM?
In the ground,
Yeah.
a little larger than a fist.
So, like, a snake could get in there.
No. We're
No,
not
no, no,
doing
no, no,
this.
no. I turn into a snake. You hold me.
Everyone collectively just like.
I slither into the hole, but you like hold me so that
I cannot
and they just
begin
look
to
around.
explain to you how bad of an idea that is.
Why? I'm just taking a look.
I don't think there's a point to it.
Well, isn't that is where the water we could hear it from?
Right, but I believe our quarry is that way.
I suppose that is true.
Right?
But all right.
You continue forward.
Yeah.
I'm
The
gonna
power of logic and reason succeeds once again.
catch up with Brightwing and just probably should err on the side of caution.
I was about to say the same thing. They are right there.
Okay. So I would assume, given the things said in the last few minutes, it's Yosnip and Brightwing, Eclipse, and then the siblings. Does that seem fair? Okay.
Yeah.
Brightwing. Another maybe minute or two of walking, and you begin to see light from up ahead. Faint.
Is it like torchlight or sunlight?
No, it is like the light of dawn.
Interesting.
Can I see it also at this point?
If you guys continue to walk, yes.
You said the air was clear, right? It was feeling like.
Yes. Well, okay. With your passive perception, way back when you joined into this tunnel, you got a brief bit of fresher air.
Yeah.
Now there is a strong sense of fresher air and almost even a slight breeze. And on that breeze, a slight smell of rot.
We were climbing, and the surface is near.
Wait,
But when she says that, I'm gonna turn the lantern down.
Okay.
What kind of rot is it? They smell different. Is it like vegetal rot? Or is
No.
it like
People
Okay.
rot.
Is it like vegetable?
Do you want to move forward, Brightwing? And or Yasnip?
I will move forward. Yes.
Okay.
I'll put up the minor illusion again.
Okay. You put it up, you continue to put it up, you continue forward a little bit, and you come around a slight bend. And you, Yasnip, can see through. Actually, I would say that given the nature of how you've been casting this, everyone would be able to see through your illusion because they know it's an illusion. So you turn this corner and you put it up as you have been, but what you see is a hole in the wall. Through this hole, you see a long wall that continues forward. As if, so if this is the hole, the tunnel you're walking in, here's you guys walking, the wall is here, going away from you guys.
Okay.
And then to the right is air. It seems to open up. And you hear now all very clearly this sound of waterfall, water dripping, and some scuttling noises.
The illusion on the portion of the wall that's next to the open air, and take a look around the corner.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
That is a 17.
Okay. You peek your head around the corner, and you see a large, very large cavern, larger than any cavern you've come across so far on this journey under the ground. It expands way out to your right, and there is a kind of mini lake / pool that fills most of the bottom of it with various islands of stone and kind of a much larger section of rock stone flooring with a couple levels that is sort of near to you on this small entry point. And you and this sort of pathway that you see with the wall to one side and the open air to the other are raised a little bit, about 8 feet off the ground. It kind of drops down, and then there is some stone ground and some water that forms the basis of this large cavern. Roll a perception check.
Nope. 2.
2.
No.
Okay. You look far to your right, past the vast majority of this cavern, you can both see and hear a large opening in the cave wall that has a waterfall rushing over it, and through it is coming the light of dawn. And so
It's like Zelda.
you glance around this cavern and you see nothing skittering, nothing moving, though the sounds you seem to still hear. And then about... No, actually, you wouldn't even see that. That's all you see.
Kind of pull back. It's a large cavern. I can hear things. I can't see anything, though. But it's a waterfall. I can see the sky, practically.
What time is it?
It is
It is about 6:28
6:28.
a.m.
Just after sunrise.
Can I look out too?
Sure. Roll a perception check. And a stealth check.
Fair. This is
In that order.
so great. A 19 for the stealth check, and perception 17 plus 7.
Wow. 24?
Yeah.
Okay. You do not see skittering creatures either, but you do hear them very clearly, and you hear these skittering sounds coming from various places in this cavern, and with a 24, even see some slight splashing in various places of the water, but see no creatures. And about halfway across the cavern, in a small clearing of stone, you see 4 what seem to be almost primitively cobbled together cots or stretchers of some kind, with 4 small figures lying on them, strapped down, and with a 24 very slightly glowing small lights at their temples, with a small band of silver that you can just see poking out from some of their hair. And that is where we will pick up session.
Oh,
God
man.
damn,
Oh,
dude.
man.
We went down the
Well,
wrong
guys,
hole, you guys.
Oh man, we gotta turn around.
Are they invisible?
Man,
If I
where
saw
are we gonna find these
splashing?
kids, guys?
Hmm.
It's just, I mean, it's a wonder.
Oh,
Hey. Session 3, we found him.
Yeah.
we did.
Oh,
indeed.
Faster than I thought it was gonna be. Damn.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. We
God.
really,
Well,
They're strapped down.
listen. I don't know if I can say this is my favorite thing because it's pretty tilting as a DM, but it was supposed to take a lot longer. But someone in the party had a literal tracking device that was being used to follow these creatures.
It's
So-
so good.
thanks, Druid.
Big
Yeah.
brain.
There was a chance of a lot of different things going on here, depending on how long it took, and you took about as little time as you could.
Good news. We hope.
Yes.
All right. Would anybody
We're
like to
gonna
share a
track
favorite moment?
death.
Well, I wanna share something.
Yes.
If that healing word didn't go off, I was down.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it was
yeah.
just enough.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, that next hit, I would have been done.
I knew that too, because I know how squishy you are. I was
That would
like,
have been bad news bears.
That was
nobody
like-
would have been able to help you at that point.
exactly.
Indeed.
So with the interaction with Vanna, I rolled to see how that would go. It was a 2 and a 3.
Oh,
There was nothing I
no.
could do about it. I was like, nope,
Oh,
she's not gonna
no.
commit. Just drop it. And then the girl thing was like, 3. Don't understand.
Yeah, just
So
like,
that's
really
why
like,
that. Yeah, I was like, let's just see. Yep, no.
Nope.
Just good. Nope.
No.
Unless you're all adults, she's like, no, I'm not gonna hold you like children. That's no. So yeah,
Cool.
that was fun.
Alright. Favorite moments besides Stews? Explaining roles.
I mean, I got a nat 20 with disadvantage.
True.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
wild.
that was fire.
Yeah.
I think the fact that like I kind of just swooped in and stole all of the magic items was
I was
just
thinking that. I was like,
mildly
this
shitty.
Except for
Brightwing
the powder.
doesn't care.
Except for
I
powder.
don't care. I was like, I don't know what this is.
I didn't take the powder, but
Yeah.
the gloves are mine,
Yeah, and that's what happens.
and we'll get more earrings.
Does anyone
since-
else have a pierced ear?
Brightwing has
Canonically?
2 on each one.
Okay.
I didn't
I
think
don't
about it,
think so.
but
No,
he
she
probably would.
wouldn't.
I would imagine that he
Yeah.
probably would also.
Yeah.
We can pass them around. It's fine. Also,
The
what
powder,
the fuck do these
though.
gloves do, Matt?
I'm so curious.
We
You
gotta
don't
identify
know
them, right?
yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool, great,
Yes.
awesome,
And you will
fantastic,
not know
beautiful.
until you have some time to attune to them, unfortunately.
Even though they're already steadying my hands.
You are getting a slight sense of their magic, yes,
I
but
see, I
do
see,
not
I see,
know
I see, I
the
see. Okay.
Nice.
full effect.
Okay.
I know what to do with the powder. I know where I'm gonna take it to find out what the frick it is, but I want to know what it is now.
Just let me make another Arcana check on it. It's fine. Whatever.
I have to say that I think that probably, not necessarily from my perspective, but from Yasnam's perspective, with the ripping of the thing off the face and suddenly it being Brightwing and Vanna there was a very welcoming thing for him, because he didn't really expect anybody besides Brightwing.
Mm,
So that was one part that I liked quite a bit.
mm.
Especially
I
the
love-
state he last saw her in, even though she was casually walking over to her brother
Yeah.
the first time. But yeah.
I loved the Vanna on the ground. They're being like,
Just
that was really funny.
The whole
I
Vanna
love-
frog pose on the ground.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that
that
was
was
very
so
good.
good.
I really enjoyed being a frog.
Yes, that was
That was
excellent.
amazing.
I like that a lot.
I can't wait to see the Princess and the Frog or whatever
Yes.
rendition of Vanna.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I love that Seraph is a character because it plays so well with Brightwing's backstory
Yep.
that you guys don't know yet, but oh my gosh, it hits every point. And I'm like, oh, because I
Got
didn't
that
think
vibe.
we had to deal with that.
Yes.
Now we gotta deal with that, and it's
That,
great.
yeah, I would say that largely speaking, I think for me, that besides the domination of various mechanical aspects of this journey that you guys have owned through craftiness and magic, that was both very frustrating and cool for me to see as a DM. I think that that probably stands out to me as my favorite from this thing that is continuing to form from previous sessions, is this interesting dynamic of almost like Angel and Devil on Brightwing's shoulders, but it's a little bit different. But it's like Seraph trying, and I don't think from any malicious way.
No,
Just
it's not.
trying to get her to do things the way that makes sense, that, or at least that he thinks makes sense, but doing it in the way that he does, and that not connecting well with her. And then Yasnip on the other flip side, telling her basically the exact opposite thing, because Sarah said word for
You
word,
wanted to
trust
tear
your
my
head,
hair
not
out.
your heart, and then Yasnip said trust your heart. And so it's like this very interesting dynamic that I'm very curious to see continue to play out.
It's fun to play off too, because for Brightwing, I'll just say she's very not confident in anything she does. So to have people, she's learning not only the world around her, but interactions too with how normal people, not just her people. So learning how you guys are interacting with her is how she's going to learn how to interact with everyone else.
So in the perspective of Seraph and Yasnip being angel and devil, is the tiefling technically the angel? Or am I pushing her to think selfishly? In which case I'm the devil. That's a good question that Brian now has.
Great.
Yes. We will have to find out.
Warlock.
Next time on Adventures in Aanthara.
Oh my god.
Find
But
out next time.
we will find out next time. We'll find out next time what you will do to save these kids.
Gotta protect the kids.
God, they're strapped down?
Yes. Crudely.
Oh!
Yeah, I might have you make some